face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here up in the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank. Come with a dank, skrilling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. Happy belated Thanksgiving to those of you. Very thankful for you guys to sit and watch us two idiots and these two idiots sit here and talk sports.
Happy Black Friday.
Yeah, happy Black Friday for those who celebrate. Happy Black Friday to Chicago Bears ownership.
Yeah. Fire sale.
Yeah. Fire sale.
First time in history.
Is it okay? Is that confirmed?
First time, yeah.
I don't know if it's under this ownership regime or just ever.
No, I think it's the first time they've ever fired a coach in season.
So there's some context to that came out after the game that I was listening to today. So some of that, maybe if not all of that,
is on Caleb Williams.
Yes.
That's what TJ Lang said.
Yep. Yeah, he confirmed it in the presser. Caleb Williams said that he audibled out of a QB draw at like 13 seconds left.
Yeah.
But at the same point, though, like if you're the coach, you
call
know,
timeout.
Yes.
If you see your
if
quarterback,
I get to 16 seconds, I'm calling the timeout.
If you see your quarterback audibling, you call the timeout.
Yeah.
You call the timeout because first of all,
you also let the clock run out.
It's on Caleb Williams as well.
It is
because you cannot snap that ball with 5 seconds left, and if you do, you got to throw it right in the dirt.
Yep.
He cocked back and threw a 40-yard pass.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you guys. I love cheering on too. No flags yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. If Roma Dunze like kept running, or just ran that properly,
or turned around,
he could
have been a PI.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have called it though,
or catch
because they owed us.
I might have got the tutty though.
No, he would. I think Kirby was standing right in front of him.
Then either way, I mean, still. Under Eberflus, if you're mad at Eberflus, you still should call a timeout there.
Got to call the timeout. That is malfeasance, and he did deserve to be fired for that. You're fired. Like what TJ Lang said about pretty much confirming it. Neil agreed with TJ Lang, and I agree with that too. There's no way he said we're going to go out there and we're going to have one play. We're going for the win. Like there's no way that was the plan.
Yeah.
It would have been.
He was covering for Caleb.
It would have been a great plan to do the quarterback draw, because they would have got 5-6 yards on it.
Yeah.
Then you call your timeout, you kick the field goal,
get to whatever side of the field your kicker wants to. Yeah.
And that would have been a great call, but Caleb Williams audibled at the line, and when you're seeing that, if you're a head coach, you need to call the timeout. Neither of them. It's equal part both of them, because when it comes down to it, neither of those men can allow the ball to be snapped with 5 seconds left. You cannot allow that to happen.
And for perspective, like in the NFL, it's like 8 seconds typically to get a playoff.
Yeah.
It's like 16 seconds. It's like if you want to run a play and still have time to get your field goal in or whatever it may be, that's where you want to like play around. Not fucking 13 seconds. No. Or that was just, it was dumb. They fucked up.
Terrible.
And they were marching back.
They were.
That was a hell of a comeback. I told you guys, it didn't happen the way I thought it would. But it was a hell of a game.
Yeah, hell of a game. We fell apart completely in the fourth quarter. I'm going to flat out put that on the injuries. We're going to talk about the injuries later, but Jesus. It's
getting crazy.
It's getting pretty wild. That is one that, Malcolm Rodriguez done for the year with a torn ACL.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Thank you for everything you've done. 6th-round pick wasn't supposed to be anything. Not supposed to be anything in this league, and you started your first year, played great, was a demon last year filling in, and then he stepped up big when you needed to in this. They wouldn't be 11-1 without you. Heal up fast, brother, and come back better than ever. We're going to get a ring for you, and for Hutch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for Enzo, and for Raymond, and for Davenport, and for Reese,
relax.
And for Iffy, and for...
Yeah. You have to pull a list up at this point.
Yeah,
we don't know who's coming back too. So
yeah, a lot of them coming back, but Malcolm is not. Unfortunately,
not coming back. Yeah. Thank you, Malcolm. Everything we saw on the Oklahoma State tape, I think we were starting to see like this season, if not even like the first 2 seasons too. But like just the instincts, like there was that end around they had like yesterday. I think it was to DJ Moore or whoever it was too, and Malcolm was on that motherfucker.
Yeah,
immediately, just straight downhill towards it, and in coverage, he was amazing.
Great in coverage.
Malcolm on any other team would be starting. Actually, he is starting on this team now currently, yes. injuries, whatever. But
He's a starting linebacker in
He's
the
a starting
NFL.
linebacker in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, don't get that mistaken. And I obviously look forward to you having your child, and I hope you look forward to that too. Use this time to prepare for that.
Yeah, we know though. Him and his brothers, the way they fucking take care of their bodies.
Yeah,
he's going to be back. He's going to be better than ever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, lose him. As a counter move to that, the Detroit Lions went and they signed Quan Alexander.
Yeah.
Of the Denver Broncos practice squad, which great move.
Great move. He tore his Achilles last year.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but that is like he's healthy now, and you don't need him to be Quan Alexander of Atlanta days. You don't need him to be Quan Alexander of the New York Giants days, but he needs to be a guy that can fill in snaps here or there, and I think he's going to do it. A guy that's going to have to step up is David Long Jr., and I'm really comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to Malcolm or even Anzalone or Ben Neiman. Anybody you put next to Jack Campbell right now is going to have success. With the way Jack Campbell is playing football and the level of linebacker he's playing right now, whoever you put next to him, he is going to have a much easier job. And
Why do you go a step further? The defensive line as well.
And the defensive
DJ Reader,
line,
Lee McNeil,
yeah.
like that's what's making that shit easy for him.
And a guy like David Long Jr., who had over 100 tackle season in the NFL already, is going to be an extremely valuable pickup. And also, obviously, Quan Alexander, he's been around the league a lot. Still only 30 years old, so it's not like he's super old. That's pretty mid-age for an NFL player.
What are you trying to say, dude?
For an NFL player.
Relax.
And
He's a dog.
yeah, he's a dog.
He was a dog in his day.
It's an injury, but you're not going to ask him to play starting linebacker snaps. He's going to play some special teams. He's going to fill in snaps here and there. Ben Neiman has stepped up and played well when we've asked of him, and so has Nowoski. He can move around.
He started for a good Tampa Bay defense back in the day when he first came into the league. I believe he cashed in a Pro Bowl. Don't know if it's when Pro Bowls meant something or not. But then going forward from there to San Fran, he played with that dominant New York Jets defense for a while. I think what it is with these guys is the more guys they're bringing in, outside of Jonah Williams, just grabbed from the Rams practice squad, defensive lineman, the veteran leadership, not leadership, it's the veteran mindset. They kind of been in multiple different schemes. They've been in multiple different systems. They're kind of savvy with it. So even though they may not have that same burst they maybe once have when they're first into the league, they understand the concept and where they need to be. And also the little tricks of the trade of the playing and coverage. And that's kind of what he was back in his prime. I felt like he was more of a primetime coverage guy than he was a crash down tackler. And that's what we're getting. That's what you had in Malcolm. I think Malcolm's a little bit better playing the run, but Quan Alexander is definitely an efficient guy to grab this point in the season.
Did he play in New Orleans with Dan Campbell?
He played in New Orleans with Dan Campbell in 2020 and AG, yeah. So there's a familiarity there.
Guy they're familiar with, a guy they've worked with before, a guy that knows Aaron Glenn's system. So I expect that to be a pretty easy transition for him. He's a pro. He's been a pro for a while. He's going to fill in and make things. But the guy who's really going to step up in the absence of Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be David Long Jr. He's going to be your everyday starter next to Jack Campbell, and I am extremely comfortable with that.
He had a drop pick yesterday.
He did.
He's pretty pissed
Great
off
play.
about it.
He made a couple nice plays in the backfield, stopping the run as well.
Yeah.
So
who's 47?
That's him. Or no, he's...
That's someone else.
No, he
played really well, too.
He's 40-something. I know that.
I think he's 49.
No, it's either 43 or 47.
I could be wrong. If he's 47, then I definitely noticed him tons.
He's 43.
He's 43?
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, 47, whoever you are out there, I'm going to find out who you are. I didn't watch the game a second time. I was enjoying Thanksgiving with the fam. Listen, Aaron Glenn right now is operating at an all-time high level.
Ezekiel Turner.
Shout out to Ezekiel Turner. He was flying around yesterday, too. Actually, the past 2 games. But Aaron Glenn's operating at an all-time high level. And I'll actually just give the entire defensive staff their credit here because Terrell Williams came in as a guy sought out as like the #1 defensive line coach in the league. Obviously, we know how we felt about Kelvin Shepard for the past 3 years now. Yeah. Even when he picked Malcolm to start.
Best linebacker coach in the NFL.
Right? Obviously, Deshae Townsend, he's kind of new to the scene, but I think the best secondary's ever looked. Shout out to Coach Bryan as well for the safeties. But at the head of everything, Aaron Glenn, we've had so many injuries in this defense. And they've still continued to operate. Yesterday, pitched a shutout in the first half. Yeah. And that's not like the Chicago Bears offense that they saw under Shane Waldron. It's the Thomas Brown version where they're actually moving the football a little bit, scoring a little bit. So it's
if it wasn't for the Jahmyr Gibbs fumble, that defense would have held the Bears offense to 13 plays and 0 first downs in the first half.
Insane.
If it wasn't, but Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled there at the goal line.
12 consecutive quarters without a touchdown by AG and the boys. I don't know what the record is. I'm
That's
sure
got to be close.
some PR. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
probably fucking like the steel curtain or that Ravens defense. Probably
something, or Chicago.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Some
was
50s
impressive.
team.
And it's not like we were fully staffed with like the guys that we planned on.
Not even close.
It's not a depth chart you went into the season with. I guess putting that
No,
perspective.
we got a picture
Yeah,
of it.
we do.
Yeah,
So I
look at-
zoomed in on the defense
Yeah,
here. Speaking of the defense.
Look at
so-
this depth chart that they got
Dude.
out there. Hutch, IR, Nate Lynn, Kyle Pecco, David Vita, Kaminsky, Davenport, Anzalone, Reeves Maben, Derek Barnes, Rakestraw, Iffy Melifonwu, all on the IR. You have Levi Onzarike, Makai Wingo, and Josh Pascal go out during that game. Emmanuel Mosley out for that game. Just insane stuff
Nice thumbnail.
that he's had to overcome, that Aaron Glenn has had to coach around. Like, we say Aiden Hutchinson is a big loss, obviously, because he was the MVP of the NFL through 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But you have, let's see, how many starters is this? That is 1, 2, 3 starters at the very least on IR. Carlton Davis out for this game. Terrion Arnold out for the last game. Aaron Glenn, there is not enough being said about the job he is doing. And I know we're talking about it a lot, but it's still not enough being said, because this is one of the most this is one of the most impressive coordinating performances I've ever seen in my entire life out of an individual.
By far.
What Aaron Glenn's doing this year, with the amount of injuries he's had to deal with, losing your best player in week 4, and still having this defense be top 5. I'm sure they fell down from 2 now, but top 5 still in the NFL is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's why in my short that I put up for Woodward yesterday, I was like, I dedicated that win strictly to Aaron Glenn. I know people are going to highlight the explosive offensive plays from Gibbs, the great plays that J-Mo made. Like, the offense did what the offense should do in games, but it was the defense holding it together for that second half, and then on the final drive doing what they needed to do. It didn't look pretty, but they got the job done, and that's what you ask of this defense, because every situation that they have been facing, Aaron Glenn just finds a way to put these players, no matter who it is on that team, in the best position to succeed. And that really says something. When you understand your entire side of the ball, your entire personnel to a T, every single layer, you know what the fourth string's what his best abilities are. You know every single guy on that roster, and you know how to put them in the best positions. When we talk about that versatility that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell love, Aaron Glenn maximizes it to the full potential, and that's what you love to see. And that's what's going to get the Lions where they need to go. Is we know this offense is historic, we know it's great, but this team is not winning a championship. They are not winning a Super Bowl without a good defense, and Aaron Glenn has been absolutely doing that and above, exceeding that good mark.
For sure. But before we go to break, Nick, you were there at the game. Well, what was that like?
Great experience. I mean, Thanksgiving definitely is my favorite holiday because the Detroit Lions and everybody, that gets behind them. And sadly, we hadn't won in a long time, but we finally got off the schneid and and luckily there was not a competent quarterback on the other team, because the Lions really could have lost this game and probably should have on that fourth quarter late drive by Caleb Williams. We got lucky here, fellas. This is a different territory for the Lions right now. We're winning games that maybe we shouldn't, and it's
Team of
big.
Destiny.
Team of Destiny vibes for sure. So hopefully we can get back healthy. I know we're going to talk a lot about the defensive line later, but that stood out to me. A lot of these big boys in the middle.
100%,
so
dude.
that really stood out to me at the game, and the crowd was electric.
Multiple guys with multiple sacks is just...
Definitely going to break down the defense,
that.
talking a little bit of Kendall Vildor, because of the beef with Detroit Lions Twitter, just following a narrative rather than actually watching shit with their eyeballs. And to go further in the defense breakdown, we have Coach DC from All 22 Films joining us at some point during the first hour of today's show. But let me tell you guys Mark White. All right, if you're in Chicago, you just got done witnessing one of the worst losing percentages. I'm not calling it a winning percentage. One of the worst losing percentages from Matt Eberflus. Move to Michigan. Come Detroit Lions fan. We welcome you guys all. 248-290-8242. Visit markwhitesells.com. That's 248-290-8242. Visit markwhitesells.com. You can save up to $5,000 on the closing costs of your new home. See my guy, Lions fan, Mark White.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some hydro massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face.
Did you hear the owl?
Get some space at any of our 2,600 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Deal ends Friday, December 6th.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursday during Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
If you're not careful with where we're at, you start grading the wins. You know, and we need to do that to an extent because that's how you continue to get better. We got our standards. But you also got to step back for a minute and say, man, it's not easy winning this league. And man, every week is different. And the most important thing is to find a way to win the game. And if you're not built the way we are, you don't win that game. So we came out and we were humming pretty good. It wasn't perfect. We gave them life. Then they started coming back. And it took a lot. How about our defense, man? How about our defense? And man, that's what it's all about. Even when they came out and they scored, offensively, we answered right back with a score. That helped win the game. Jack Fox, the punt all the way down to the one. In a critical moment. That's what we do, man. We complement each other. So, listen, man, I'm thankful for every one of you guys in this room, man. And you got a lot to be thankful for. We all do, man. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I do have one game ball. I got one game ball, all right? This guy had 4 total tackles, all right? 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, and 3 quarterback hits. Mr. DJ Reader.
Joined this team back in March, man, and I didn't know where I was going to be health-wise. Watching all y'all at practice every single day pushed me to get back here, and I'm so happy I get to share the field with y'all. I love y'all boys more than y'all know. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
Hey, listen, you guys take care of yourselves, man. Have a great couple of days, man, with your family, your friends. Enjoy it, man. Rest, relax, and then we're ready to push, gentlemen, all right? That's division win number 3, and that's win number 11 on the season, and we're not looking back, all right? Great job, man. Break it out.
Like Panay said earlier, man, people want to find out what Detroit about. Let them come in here and find the out.
Yes, sir.
Y'all go have a good time with y'all family, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Lions.
There you have it, Dan Campbell post-game speech. Letting the Detroit Lions know not to grade your win, not to take this one too harshly. They did get a little bit lucky, like Nick said. They did get away with one, but a win's a win this league. We know as Detroit Lions fans, they're fucking hard to come by. How many games did we lose like that up until the Dan Campbell regime? Even part of the Dan Campbell regime that first year.
Yeah. It's I don't want to get into this. We talked about it a little bit on BDE, but I don't want to bring up these old losses and scoring. But the fucking Golden Tate 10-second runoff is the one that, dude, that one grinds my fucking gears more than anything else, man. Yeah. I know the Calvin, again,
Calvin one's horrible.
Don't want to get into all of them, but that's by far the worst to me.
The Justin Tucker kick.
Yeah. But okay, yeah, no, forget that. We won,
The Tennessee Titans.
and this is something that good teams do, man. They find a way to win games, and like Sean said it best on BDE today. He's like, I've been talking about how the Chiefs impress me because they find a way to win games all year.
Yeah.
They haven't had to fucking explain why they're almost winning games. So why the fuck should the Lions have to when they do it once? Like, this wasn't the Panthers at home that you only won by 5 points. This was a division game, and you were banged up. So you don't have to explain yourself. We're 11-1. We're the best team in the NFL. And, like Penei Sewell said, you want to find out what Detroit's about, come down here and fucking find out.
Amen. And I wouldn't even necessarily say, like, I can't even give us the credit to be like, oh, we found the way to win in this one. We kind of, the Bears shit the bed.
No, we gave it up.
Yeah,
we do.
let's be real about it.
I mean, you just gave it up like a loose girl on prom night. It was
Jesus.
Fucking.
Did you get laid in prom night?
20. I did get laid prom night.
Shout out.
Was it 24-7 going into the fourth quarter?
23.
23-7, I think, going into the fourth
I don't
quarter.
know. I don't know what the exact score was. All I know
I
is
know they only had 7 points going into the fourth quarter, and we got embarrassed in that corner. And
I just don't want to hear the bitching. I don't want to hear the turning around. I don't want anybody to say it's not the best team in the league. I don't want to hear anybody say it's not a Super Bowl team. I don't want to hear them say it's not the best team in the NFC. Because those are the same tags and brand that's going along with the KC Chiefs. I get they've done it before, but the entire season they've gotten that fucking nod to go ahead, the best team. Even after the Bills beat them, some people still power ranking them as the second best team in the league because they're winning the game at the end of the day. That's what the Detroit Lions did. And going into this game, I told you guys all fucking week, this is a division game. Not only is it a divisional game, but it's a particular division opponent that's been a thorn in our side for the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. It was going to be a dogfight. Matty Rufus may be a clown shit show, and same with Shane Waldron. But let's keep it a buck. The Seattle Seahawks and Chicago Bears have always given the Detroit Lions fits for the past decade.
Yeah,
for damn sure.
And it shouldn't have been, but like you said, it doesn't matter. Win's a win's a win's a win. Mm-hmm. And you're 11-1.
I'm not gonna say it should have been because that's how division games go. These guys, I won't say they got your number, but they got the recipe to what it takes to beat the Detroit Lions.
You can't give up a lead like that in the second half, but it's what happens. You're right. Nothing crazy from. We won, and that's all that matters.
And we did win.
End of the day, this counts as a win just as much as the Jaguars game counts as a win. So it doesn't matter.
And that's where I'm at with it. Because the other thing about it, too, is like this is the NFL. These things are going to happen. Yeah. Like you're not going to, just as the Buccaneers game happened, but we continue to whoop ass afterward. That's how it works in the NFL. It's any given Sunday. These guys, as Neil likes to say, drive Range Rovers too. They make plays. And we saw it yesterday. That's just how the game goes. It doesn't mean your team's bad. It doesn't mean the ground's falling beneath you. None of that exists. This is still the same Detroit Lions team that's been whooping teams all year. And now it's a little bit decimated by injuries, but they still continue to whoop teams all year.
Yeah, and there's a reason like people were taking notice of what the Lions were doing, even against bad teams, is because blowouts don't happen that often in the NFL, let alone 3 or 4 of them in a row. Like you're not going to win by 30 games a lot in the NFL. So when you win, or 30 points a lot in the NFL, so when you do it 3 games in a row, it's like, oh shit, like this is pretty wild. But yeah, you won the game. Thanksgiving was good. I had a great time. I was sweating it out a little bit. Not gonna lie, I was fully clenched.
I didn't sweat until the final series before we gave the ball back to them. I even tweeted out. I was like, "No, this is where your run game takes over."
Yeah,
and you just run the clock, tick, 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 3 and out. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was sweaty.
That was the only time I started sweating.
I honestly started perspirating. I won't say sweating. I started perspirating right there. But then Jack Fox hit the fucking punt of the year and put it at the 1 yard line.
Shout out to Dorsey.
Shout out to Dorsey.
With a blade of grass.
By the hair on his nuts, he was still in the field of play. And so they got it down to the 1 yard line there. And I was like, I stopped perspirating. I was like, okay, we got this. But then when they got the first down from their own 6, I started
like anime
sweating.
Sweat.
Yeah, I started sweating. I was like, all right, fuck. And then we all know the fucking flag heard around the world.
Yeah, that was absolute horseshit. Yeah. Keeping it a buck with you guys. That was a bad call.
It's the worst call I've ever seen.
It was weird.
SOL would have lost because of that.
Yeah.
Yester Lions, your whore grandma's Lions would have lost because of that flag.
Yeah, because now you turn around, you got a sack. Shout out to Zarius Smith. We're going to talk about it a little bit later as well. But you turn around, you got yourself the sack, but then you also drew a penalty yourself to put him back 10 more yards. So you got to turn those back. We're going to talk about the Jameson Williams stuff, too. Speaking of, losing some yards or whatnot. But I just don't want to hear anybody down-talk this team because of that. You should have had that expectation, at least I did, going into that game. All division games, to be honest with you. But the Bears specifically, for me, were just the one that it's been that way the past 2-3 years, man.
Yeah.
Even last year. We were really, really good last year as well. Outside, we got the worst of it. The inside, we got fucking pretty lucky.
You got 2 of the other top 4 teams in the NFC are in this division. Mm-hmm. The Vikings and the Packers, you can say, are 2 of the top 5 teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
Both of them only beat the Bears by 3 points in the past 3. All 3 teams, 3 of the best 4 teams in the NFC have played the Bears, and all 3 of them in consecutive weeks have beat the Bears by 3 points.
Yes.
So it's going to happen. It's a division game. I expect it'll blow out because I'm expecting a blowout every game. I'm going to say they're going to blow out the Packers. And they should have been a blowout, but football, sometimes that's the way the football crumbles.
Football be footballing, you know?
Sometimes that's the way the ankle crumbles.
And if I keep it a buck with you guys, too, Detroit Lions fans, like it's probably going to be like this the rest of the season. I know we talked about it.
We
mocked Nick, right? Yeah, there are going to be a lot of ball hole clinchers the rest of the way
through.
So
I'm glad Jake Bates missed that kick now.
Got it out the system.
Got it out the system.
Yep.
Now he can play his hook or whatever he's getting. I don't know if it's a hook or I think it's a hook. So play his hook a little bit more and go back to business. Start another streak.
Yeah, the broadcasters don't have to say, and he's not missed a kick yet.
Yeah. That would have been imagine him going up in the Super Bowl, 33 for 33 on the year. Jake Bates steps up, 42 yards. This is a chip shot for him.
Don't say it.
He hasn't missed a kick all year.
He makes it. Stop.
Well, he already missed a kick, so
he already got it
All
out
right,
the way.
stop. No, that's not how that works.
That is how that works.
That's
not how that
exactly
I was
how it
explaining a
works.
fictitious
scenario.
Every broadcaster
Every
knows
time you
that
put it
when
up
they
and you put it
bring
right
that
back into the ether.
it
Now it's
happens.
still floating around there to be fucking
But that
gathered
can't
again.
happen because he already missed a kick this year.
No, it happens every time someone says that.
But I'm saying he steps up without missing a kick this year. So he can't do that because he already missed a kick this year.
Oh, you're saying that part.
Yeah. So it's a fictitious scenario.
He did miss after point.
He did, yes.
But the following Detroit Lions schedule, I know we made fun of Nick Wright about it, but like the breakdown of it, if we're being realistic, we're not just saying in that 8-day stretch. The Packers, great team. Bills, good team. Bears, just a dogfight. And this one's going to be outside December 22nd in the cold. The 49ers, I don't know what to expect for that one, to be honest with you. That one could maybe be a blowout and or a dogfight itself.
No,
in
we're going
the
to
season
put
with
our
the
dick
Vikings.
on the Niners. You better believe that.
Be better.
They've been thinking about this game all year. Whatever, though. Call me crazy. Everybody questionable. I expect them to win. I don't want to say every game, but I'm going to say every game. I expect them to win every game.
Yeah, we talked about winning out this week.
Yeah.
We talked about winning out this week, and last week we talked about how realistic it was, and now it just...
Two hardest games on the schedule remaining are
doesn't seem
Chicago
like it.
and Buffalo. Those are the only ones that I could see us losing. In Chicago and home against Buffalo.
I throw the Packers in there too.
Yeah, I got to throw the Packers in there too.
I can't see us losing to the Packers at Ford Field.
I'm throwing the Packers in there. Packers, Buffalo.
If the Bears can almost
Bears.
do it, the Packers can't.
To be honest, every single one of these games it's up there. Nick, I know you're about to say something before we went to break.
Oh, no, that's just what I was going to ask. In Chicago, are you guys worried at all?
Damn, you sick?
A little bit.
Just blowing my
Sick
schnoz
boy.
here. Blowing
Sick
my
boy.
schnoz. You know?
A little bit. I don't know how much of the defensive staff is like kept over the past few years when those guys have given Jared Goff a fit for some reason. And it's still technically a good game for Jared Goff because he won the MVP. But there are 2 dropped interceptions in that one.
Yeah.
And I believe his lowest completion percentage on the year.
Yeah, there was at one point it said like Jared Goff 5 incompletions in a row. I was like, when have we ever seen that this year? You know, so
the Bears give that guy fits. I saw for the December Chicago game. I guess it depends on how many of the guys are part of that defense, coaching wise, were there like with Eberflus throughout the years. If not, fuck them. And to be honest with you too, like the Thomas Brown stuff, because I believe he's the interim head coach. Am I right in that?
yeah, he went from passing game coordinator to offensive coordinator to interim head coach in 2 weeks.
I liked him as an offensive coordinator. You may just put too much on his plate right now, because he just became the offensive coordinator and he was solely allowed to focus on like what the offensive game plan was going to be that week. Now you put the entirety of fucking everything on him.
Who's the assistant head coach?
It sounds like they didn't have one. Clearly, if they didn't have one, maybe it was him.
It couldn't have been. Is the passing game coordinator?
Yeah, the run game coordinator for us was Deuce Staley.
Yeah, I guess. but there's got to be somebody.
I think Scotty Montgomery is ours, isn't he?
Scotty Montgomery is ours.
Our running game coordinator, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to it. We got some more Detroit Lions talk to get to. ID Cream.
Fred Folson
for this pass rush.
in the Woodward Sports Chat says, Josh Allen going to be a problem. Josh Allen has been a problem his whole career.
Hey, Chav.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Yeah. Josh Allen is a problem.
Yeah.
He will always be a problem.
And we lost his problem when we let go of the problem, James Houston. But we can
Why
talk
is
that
that
more.
his problem? Oh, you did sack him.
Yeah.
It's all right. We got somebody else that can sack
Yeah,
him.
2 sacks since Josh Allen, actually. Tell us about the pregame
Someone
show,
that doesn't
Nick.
poop their pants.
Make sure you guys are checking out the Woodward Sports pregame show on game day. It starts with Woodward and Maine with rising star Matt Broder and Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster. After that, make sure you check out the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Belegian. Sunday, 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports. But this Thursday, the heavyweights taking over second best bar in Detroit. Come downtown, come hang out, come drink, come get turned up, and get some chicken sandwiches at second best bar in Detroit.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
He was #1.
What up, though? Welcome back.
Smitty Werbin Jaegerman Jensen.
So what would I it's live at sports.com. He's Joe Westman, Morax, and Chris Nicholas Koloff.
Let's go.
No. A
AKA
floating shopping list.
Microwave
I'm not a
Nick.
shopping list. I'm a ghost.
Talk about the Detroit Lions defense, man.
Yeah.
What's ID Cream? Did I do that? Or did you?
No, that's me.
Okay.
I'd cream.
ID Cream.
Yes.
ID Cream for this pass rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did yesterday. Like, the way these guys were getting after it, man. We talked about Zadarius Smith, but you got the graphic here of his pressures. I've seen in different places. PFF said he had 9 pressures. ESPN Next Gen said he had 8 pressures.
Yeah,
but
7 or 8.
Looks like my drawings.
Yeah, this is Chris trying to draw an elephant. But no,
You can see the trunk.
you can see the trunk and the ear.
Next
But,
Gen Stats has 22 pressures on Caleb Williams in total.
Yeah, 22 pressures on Caleb Williams in total. This is it right here for Zadarius Smith. 36 edge rushes or pass rushes, 8 pressures. That's a 22% pass rush percentage, which we already know is above the league average. He got a sack and a half. And then there was the tweet that went with it, which is giving all the pressures. And it's just insane what these guys did. You got Zadarius Smith with 8, Al-Quadin Muhammad with 7.
Muhammad was balling.
DJ Reader with 7 himself. All set or tied season highs in pressures against the Bears. Only the second time a team's had 3 players with 7 plus pressures this season.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions pressured Caleb Williams on 17 dropbacks without blitzing, their most non-blitz pressures in a game in the Dan Campbell era.
Wow, that's actually very impressive. I know going into it, the Bears tied 9th for the most pressures let up in the interior. That's what I kept talking about. I don't know if I did on our show, but I know I did with Dion. Zadarius Smith on those third downs, that's where he goes.
Yeah.
The middle of the field.
Yes.
Or the middle of the line, and then then he causes havoc. But I didn't know we put up 17 without a blitz.
17 without blitzing.
Because I was watching Malcolm and Campbell blitz. I'm like, there's interior, there's interior, there's interior. 17 without. And by the way, you said the second most the Bears let up all season?
Yes.
So it's not it's happening every single week for them.
No.
Like the Detroit, like that was and that's with
There's
all
a
these
masterful
fucking
performance.
injuries, man. And to be honest with you, too, Al-Quadin Muhammad, he did this against the Titans too.
Yes.
He had 7 pressures in a sack against the Titans as well. Like I thought we'd see more of him moving forward from that. I don't know if it's just a Titan situation or what, but like obviously we got Za'Darius, his role reduced a little bit more. I think we'll see him a lot more, obviously due to injuries and because of departure of James Houston. I like him.
I like him too.
I like him a lot.
I think you give him the start next week at Green Bay.
I'd be cool giving him the start next week at Green Bay as well.
Assuming Josh Pascal isn't going to play, I would give him the start. Because Al-Quadin Muhammad, hats off to you, sir. That was a masterful performance. He didn't just get to the quarterback with a sack. He had a tackle for loss. He had a pass breakup out in coverage off the back of his fucking noggin. The dude was making plays in every spot, getting pressure on Caleb. He had 7 pressures in this game. I think he only played like 17 snaps or something like that.
I think it was like 22. It was like a 22% pass rush win rate and all that.
Yeah, the guy was just everywhere on the field. And we talked about Za'Darius Smith on the other side, who some say is a jag or some say needs to step up.
What?
Weezy D313.
Oh, I mean, we're not going to.
But you have this guy who's been performing as a top 5 edge rusher in the NFL since he's joined the Lions, based on pass rush win rate, pressure percentage, and sack number. Like it's awesome to see him getting there and getting home. It's awesome to see a guy like Al-Quadin Muhammad. I don't know if I might be butchering that.
That sounds right. So 37 snaps yesterday, 7 of them were quarterback pressure, so 21.9% pass rush win rate, and obviously came away with a sack as well.
Yeah, it's just great plays from great players. And then, of course, the man that I wanted all along, the man that I wanted at the beginning of the fucking offseason, DJ Reader, going out there and being absolutely fucking unblockable.
Spitty, this is not even like... It's not even on his resume.
No.
He yesterday he set his career high in season sacks.
Yeah, he's got 3.
Yeah. I think he had 3 sacks in his career.
Yeah.
Going into this season. But that's what you do when you put that guy next to Lee McNeil. You cannot block him one-on-one.
No.
He's going to cause havoc, and we've seen it multiple times this year. Again, 3 of them things. And he missed like the first 2-3 games.
Yeah, he is just an absolute mammoth of a human being in the middle of that defensive line for the Detroit Lions. DJ Reader is
a bear.
He is the bear.
He's a lion.
He is the gravy. We talked about players making them
I like that.
a player or a Thanksgiving dish. DJ Reader is the gravy because he makes everybody around him easier. He makes everybody around him's job easier and makes them better players. Like, you can be some dry turkey if you got a shit ton of gravy to slather on it.
Yeah.
And DJ Reader is out there.
Mashed potatoes can suck, but if you got some gravy,
But if you got gravy,
bring it back to life.
They're pretty fucking good.
You know what I'm saying?
It's impressive to see him go out there and dominate like this. I put a tweet out there yesterday. Not only do the Detroit Lions have the best safety tandem in the NFL, they've got the best defensive tackle tandem in the NFL with Lee McNeil and DJ Reader. These guys completely take running backs out of the game. Forget about your running back because he's not going to do anything against these guys.
2 sacks yesterday on a mobile quarterback.
And 2 sacks yesterday from the non-pass rushing one.
And when you watch it, he's literally just taking the guard, center, whoever it is in front of him, assigned with that one-on-one matchup.
Yeah.
And he's driving them fucking back. He is a monster of a human being. You need 2 human beings at once. But the issue with that is, that's why he's the gravy. You got Lee McNeil along next to him. It's the same equation.
And a psychopathic 6'4" white dude sprinting behind him.
Yeah.
Just Jack Campbell shooting up the middle, too. They are creating havoc in the middle of the field. They are creating havoc in the top of these pockets for quarterbacks and pushing them back. Caleb Williams was getting his... I gained a lot of respect for Caleb Williams watching that game because he was getting his fucking ass whooped, dude. He was getting hit hard. Brian Branch, DJ Reader, Josh Pascal, Quadin Muhammad, Jack Campbell on the side. He was taking his lumps and he was getting up. He didn't want a couple times. You saw him hobbled over or hands on the knees.
Yeah.
He popped up and he got
Branch smacked the shit out of him in first quarter.
Oh,
and by the way, because I've got an opportunity to talk to both these human beings, DeAndre Swift and Brian Branch is chirping at each other. It was like, If you ever met
Two
them
of the
in person,
nicest guys.
yeah, two of the nicest, quietest guys you ever meet.
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
Flip that switch,
I
man.
swear, man.
You flip that switch. You get on the field, you're a different fucking person. Like Brian Dawkins, dude. You get on the field, you are a different type of human being.
Because he's all churchy, holier than thou.
Doesn't cuss, doesn't even raise his voice, very mild-mannered.
Get him on that field, he wants to murder
He's
somebody.
Weapon X. Literally, he thinks he's the Wolverine when he gets on the field.
Yeah.
It's a great documentary. If you haven't seen that, Brian Dawkins ESPN thing, go watch it. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, it's that defensive line won you that game, man. They were impressive. Like I said, first time in the Dan Campbell era that they've had 17 or more pressures without blitzing.
That was awesome.
It's insane.
That was knucking futz.
If we can get healthy, fellas, and like these corners come back, and you give a guy like Zadarius Smith and DJ Reader, who's found this newfound pass rush, and Aleem just a second or two more, this defensive line is going to really show out and be a key reason why the Lions can ultimately win the Super Bowl. Zadarius Smith is so impressive to watch, and he has been an absolute difference maker in everything that we needed from the trade with the Cleveland Browns.
I said it, man, like to win the Super Bowl, it's when we, and I'm not even like, this is before I even went into the homework. But then I went into the homework, we did, actually when you were on the desk, we looked at the defensive lines of the Super Bowl champions. All of them were made up of dogs, or at least past dogs in their prime, who still had a little bit of juice in them. That's what we got right now in Zadarius Smith. That's what we got right now in DJ Reader, and we got one of his prime right now in Lee McNeil. We're missing Nate Hudson, and I might dare to say that AQM might become one himself.
I really like what I see out of the guy.
I like what I see. Listen,
I saw people saying like, "Oh, he's 29. This is his 8th NFL season. This is who he is." Well, if this is who he is, and he plays a lot, that's a Pro Bowler if he plays at that level consistently.
Yeah.
So, I love. He's a great size. He also plays the run pretty well for where he's at. Pat O'Connor too has stepped up.
Yeah.
As well,
Unsung
made some
hero.
big plays. He's a versatile guy. You could play him inside. You could play him outside. Hopefully Levi and Pascal will be ready to go for the Packers game. I highly doubt Pascal will, but Levi should be good. We're going to need – Muhammad's going to have to step up for the rest of the year for sure. And I'm excited. We got Coach from all 22 films, Coach DB coming on. We're gonna break it down with him because I saw he was active on Twitter after the game as well, talking about that pass interference. So
I love nothing more than when I have a take and I put out there in the universe, the Twitterverse, and Coach DC's there to back me.
Yeah.
Because I know it's valid.
You know it's valid. He watches more film than anybody on the planet. So I'm excited to hear him break it down. I want to hear him break down that Lions pass rush too. Because
Take a quick break, get to him.
We're going to take a break. We're going to get to Coach DC from all 22 films. But first, tell us about Les Stanford. I will tell you guys about Les Stanford. Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Excuse me. Right now, a Blazer EV2 LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 per month, or check out the Equinox EV LT for $169 per month. Go to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale, lesstanford.com.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Sorokis opening up in Fenton and Heartland. Make sure you guys are there from 4 to 8 p.m. They'll be giving away gift cards for a year's worth of free Sorokis. The best deals on gas and the best crispy chicken and pizza. It's Sorokis. What up, though, and welcome to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm joined by Spin More Reaction on Chris, Nicholas Koloff, Nick A, Microwave Nick. We're also joined by Coach DC of All 22 Film. What up, though, Coach? Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, man. How you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Doing good, Coach. Appreciate you for joining us as always. And I know we're going to get to the Vildor and the pass interference, different things like that, but we just got done talking about it. And some of the stats that I listed out there were insane on the pressure that this defensive line was getting to Caleb Williams. And he was, like I said, I gained a lot of respect for Caleb Williams after watching him take that beating and just get back up. But what were they doing to win so well, especially without blitzing? They had 17 pressures without blitzing, which is the most in the Dan Campbell era.
I felt like there was more times where Aaron Glenn and those guys were showing man and then dropping out into a zone, and maybe just, and I hate to say the word confuse the quarterback because that implies that the quarterback isn't smart enough. And like being a Lamar Jackson fan, I heard that shit for years. So I try not to use that phrase. I would just say interrupt the quarterback's processing and maybe give the defensive line another 0.2 seconds or 0.15 seconds to actually get there and pressure, such that if Caleb Williams dropped back and saw the coverage that post-snap that he presumed he would get pre-snap based on what the lines lined up in, that the ball might have been out a little bit quicker, basically. And forgive me if I didn't make that point very succinctly, but I think Aaron Glenn did a great job in certain situations of dropping out into a zone. Two of them, in fact, Keenan Allen motioned across because, they do everything to try to get that guy open. And Amik Robertson went with him, so you think, oh, it's man. And then post-snap, it turns into a zone. So got to give Aaron Glenn and the staff and the players credit for changing the look enough such that it took Caleb Williams a while to get comfortable. He, obviously he did get comfortable in the third quarter. Game should have been over by then, though.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Coach, you've been doing these breakdowns with the Detroit Lions for 2 years now. At least that's kind of when I discovered you. Were there as many stunts of this defensive line last year as we've been seeing this year? Is that a staple of Terrell Williams he's brought?
Interesting. I don't know that I had thought of that, but maybe there are. But I think if there are more, whether or not there are more, they're being executed more efficiently and more cleanly. Mm-hmm. Specifically, like the ones that Aleem McNeil or Zadarius Smith are involved in, even Nowaski and Muhammad, like it's very unique what happened, I think, yesterday. I know that it's difficult for diehard Lions fans to probably sit back and maybe appreciate it with so many injuries. It's concerning, but man, to go out there and win with so many guys at the defensive line position being out, that's a very unique thing because normally if you're down to your third, fourth, or maybe fifth defensive end, you're in trouble. And no disrespect to those guys because man, Muhammad looks like a different player. I watched the film this morning, and I was blown away. I even thought to myself, I was like, is that a different player? So in terms of the stunts, yes, it's possible there's more, but I think they're just being executed cleaner and maybe at the right time. I think the teaching is it Terrell Williams, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the teaching is my suspicion would be the teaching is better. I think there's evidence of that because everyone that you put in there is producing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. It's like I know it's so cliche to say next man up, but it's truly what it is with this team. And the next man up seems like he's just as good as the guy that got hurt, if not better. I can't believe it. And Coach,
I agree. It seems so antithetical to the way NFL seasons work out, whereby at a certain point, especially defensively, the defensive line position, you can't hide from that. Yeah. You just can't. If you're down to an inferior defensive tackle or defensive end, you literally can't mask that going against starting caliber offensive linemen. And you guys aren't masking a damn thing. Those guys that come in are playing well. I mean, Nowaski he's a UDFA guy, right?
Yep.
And he's produced at times. Between him and Muhammad, you're getting some actual production against starting caliber offensive linemen at times, and it's a very unique thing, and I hope Lions fans appreciate it. Even though I think the game should have been over, I've said that once before already. But what the defensive line went out there and did was pretty impressive.
And Coach, I hate to switch it because I want to talk about the secondary. We're going to talk about the secondary, but you keep saying that game should have been over, and I agree with you 100%. But the reason it wasn't was because they couldn't punch it in the red zone. They were either settling for field goals, they missed a field goal, or the Gibbs fumble. Obviously, that's 1 in a million. The kid doesn't fumble, so I'm not going too hard on him for that. But what was the offense doing wrong that they couldn't punch it in when they got into the red zone?
I mean, two things on that. First of all, you have to give credit to the Bears defense. They've got some badass dudes over there.
Yeah.
I mentally, for me, I separate the Bears team into the offensive side, which I think is a complete shit show.
Yep.
And and their defensive side, and I mean players too. I'm not just talking about their coaches. There's some things that you see on film with their players during the play, and not just post-play reactions, that really is concerning for me. But as far as defensively holding Detroit out of the end zone, correct me if I'm wrong, the Bears were one of the best red zone defenses in the league, I believe. And number one. And number two, they do a great job. They're very physical, and their corners, I think it was Tyreek Stevenson that forced the fumble on Gibbs, right?
Yes, it was.
And, I mean, I think those guys play hard, and I think they've got a lot of talent over there. And Jaquan Brisker hasn't played for a while either, and he's extremely talented at safety / nickel or whatever. So I think part of it was the Bears, and part of it, look, I thought the third and fourth possession, Ben Johnson's play calling got too passive. Those 3 passes in a row, once you got down to the 32-yard line on the fourth possession, they had just converted a 4th and 1. Montgomery's run barely made it, maybe a yard or so, and then 3 passes in a row. I was like, what are we doing? Like, why are we not giving Gibbs the ball? They're having trouble tackling him. 2 plays by Gibbs, running plays into the boundary. It looks like there's nothing there, and he does like that little hesitation, Tavon Austin type stuff, and then still gets 4 or 5 yards out of it to the boundary where there really shouldn't have been much at all. I don't know about you guys, but I felt like Ben Johnson, I felt like he missed a huge opportunity on those 2 possessions, the third and fourth.
I agree. I could not believe the 3 passes in a row. That was something, I don't know, but
yeah, running's your bread and butter, and the running is something the Bears defense has been weak against all year. I don't know. And Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm not like shitting on anybody. We won the game, and he had a phenomenal game. But you have a kid who had 87 yards and just 9 carries. You gotta get the ball in that kid's hands a little bit more, in my opinion. But
yeah,
I don't want to bitch about that too often, man. I want to ask you 2 things, all right? Because one of these made me very happy. Both of these things made me very happy, actually. Kindle Vildor. All right, if there's anybody listening right now that's just throwing aimless BS towards his way, he did a terrible outing last week. Absolutely, 3 receptions, 61 yards. It was bad. He had a better second half. But come yesterday, that wasn't the scenario. And I feel like people are so blindly just taking narratives from whether it's the NFC Conference Championship game, whether it's from last week, and just blaming yesterday's like defensive fallout on him. Can you let people know Kindle Vildor held his own for most of the game?
Absolutely, man. He competed. And if you watch 2 of the plays in the last minute of the game, he's being physical with DJ Moore, and he's actually playing football. And DJ Moore is not. I mean, there's two snaps in the 59th minute of the game, or I guess 60th minute of the game, however you describe it, where DJ Moore is not playing football, and Kindle Vildor is competing. To the point about the D line, it seems like no matter who they put in there, those guys play incredibly hard with great effort, and they execute their technique. And you got to give Kindle Vildor credit. You just went up against two number 1 picks receivers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Odunze and DJ Moore, I believe, were both first-round receivers. I'm not sure where Keenan Allen was drafted, but he's
an
quite
all-pro.
accomplished.
Yeah,
he's an all-pro. So you just went out there and won a football game with Dorsey and Vildor playing corner the whole game, right? I mean, I just think it's truly unique and amazing. And I even said this in one of my videos to Lions fans. I probably sounded kind of like an old get off my lawn guy. I said, man, try to watch games on Sunday and just look at the teams that maybe are missing 2 or 3 guys and how they have trouble accounting for those losses. And you just went out there on the defensive side, and I don't know, where do you stop counting how many players are out? 7, 8, 9? It's somewhere in that range for me when you add in Melifonwu, Jalen Reeves-Maben, and other guys. I think it's truly unique, and I don't know. Is it sustainable? Can they keep doing this? Look, at some point you're going to run into the Bears. It happened yesterday with the Bears. They start throwing the ball well in the third and fourth quarter. Okay, You know, that you would expect that with Odunze, Moore, and Keenan Allen matching up against the DBs you got. But you guys made it work, and man, I think Aaron Glenn deserves a ton of credit for what they got accomplished against the Bears, who they're in real trouble in this division, even with Caleb Williams. And I'll just say this now. I'm sure that people have talked about it. I don't think there's any way Ben Johnson looks at that situation and says, "I'd like to go there."
I hope not. I damn sure hope not. Coach, the second one you had my back on, Jack Campbell. Yesterday, there was a play where Caleb Williams tried to scramble. He tried pulling one of those cute little Mahomes let-ups that you've been seeing in college recently, and obviously Patrick Mahomes doing it too. And Jack Campbell lit him up because he wasn't on the white lines. The whistle wasn't blown, and it was a completely legal hit on his thigh and or hip, nowhere near his knee. And it looked a little funky because Jack Campbell's 6'5", 246 pounds of freaking man meat.
Right. Pure
rage.
Insanity.
Yeah. What was your take on that?
How do you sit? I feel like young players, maybe before they give. I know this might sound dumb. You guys probably have more knowledge of it than me. I feel like young players going into a post-game press conference, maybe they should get a primer from someone on their staff, so that, because I think Caleb Williams is a very intelligent dude, you know, and he's going to be a great quarterback in this league.
Yeah,
and
he is.
I kind of feel bad for him that he's put in that situation. And my guess is today, or when in the future, someone that's close to him is going to say, "Hey, like, that sounded really soft. That sounded really funky. Your description sounded funky, dude. Not Jack Campbell's play."
Yeah.
You know, like that. You're supposed to play football within the 53 1/3 yards width of the field and the 120 yards length. And if you don't, you end up paying the price for that. And I don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe he didn't know how athletic Jack Campbell was, that he wasn't going to go for a real poor fake.
Yeah. That was goofy thinking on his part. I don't know what, like.
And we've heard.
He's also
Amon-Ra
too big
St. Brown.
to miss you right there too.
Amon-Ra St. Brown said on his podcast, like, Dan Campbell says, like, toe the line, like, hit him as late as you can, as long as it's legal. You hit him and you hit him hard, and that's what you do. It's football.
I think no, 100%, and I think too with the situation you're in with so much missing talent on the defense, and I actually have people in the Lions Discord who, you know, I appreciate their opinion, and they're like, "Hey, coach, I think that maybe the way we play encourages some of these injuries to happen because we're playing so hard." I actually think it's the other way around. I think with the situation you're in right now, with some backups on the field, in some cases third stringers, if you don't play and toe the line, you're going to get your ass kicked against good teams.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I think they absolutely have to play this way, and I don't know. Maybe it's my experience and the way that I was brought up. I'm old, so there was less. What's the word? There was less soft language used in the people that raised me as far as athletics. So I appreciate people like Jack Campbell who play that way, or people like Josh Pascal. I think it was 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. Pascal gets cut by a tight end and sprawls and stays up and then makes the tackle from his knees. I don't know if you guys remember this play. It might have been a Texans.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that type of effort is what it's going to take when you're missing, you know, Aiden Hutchinson. You know, I know that probably after the season nobody will talk about Marcus Davenport, but those two guys are big, strong dudes on the edge who can make plays against starting caliber tackles. Mm-hmm. And you're, you know, missing. That was the plan, right, for 2024. And then not only that, you end up losing so many of them. I don't think that they can play any other way and get this done for real. So Caleb Williams, I wish he had responded differently. He's a young person, so I suspect that at some point he'll recognize his reaction was wrong. But again, I wish that those guys were prepped a little bit. Hey, someone's going to ask you about that Jack Campbell hit. Let's formulate your thoughts now so it doesn't sound so soft.
He is soft, though. It's just...
I just hate it because there's already that weird narrative going on with the stuff with Kirby Joseph, and it's like there's no flag on these plays. There's no suspension on these plays. Like, you're not allowed to.
That's how they want you to hit
seen
people
Brian
in the
Branch. Yeah, we've seen Brian Branch get flagged for taking not the high road, but that's the only word I can think of. Just hitting high rather than going low like that. That's how the NFL wants you. That's what they want. That's what they're gearing you up for.
It is what they want. They want as many 35, 31 games as possible, and to extend to extend the advertising time such that fans are watching as long as possible. Game should have been over in the second quarter. I'm not saying that the NFL had anything to do with it. I've already attributed it to Ben Johnson and the play call.
DPI call in that fourth quarter. Maybe they wanted to go a little longer. I don't know.
Have you watched that play? Like, have you seen the all-22 of that? DJ Moore literally is, when we grade people, it's like stance, steps, and then your technique. It's a 0 all the way around for him. It's a 0 for his stance. It's a 0 for his steps. And then it's a 0 for his actual route. And then he gets rewarded by the refs for bailing his ass out. And Kendall Vildor. But here's the thing, and I try to point this out in my video. Watch the Lions players' reaction on the next snap. They just line up and say, okay, we're here to do it again. And if you watch the Bears, their offense, not their defense, as soon as something bad happened, all of those guys on the offense are like powders, including Keenan Allen and DJ Moore.
Yep.
I didn't really see it from a Dunze, but to compare the way that the players respond to adversity, the Bears aren't ready for the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers for the next 2 or 3 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not unless they get like a hard-nosed, old-school coach.
Bill
And they're probably not.
Yeah,
they're going to get one of those flashy offensive guys because of Caleb.
It's difficult for me to think that Ben Johnson would see any of the film of the Bears players on offense, which is what he'd be focusing on, clearly. He's not going to show up there and coach the defense, right?
Yeah.
So that he would see any of those things and say, hey, I want to sign up for that.
Well, to be honest with you, like, I'm going to break his kneecaps before he ever makes a decision.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not going. Can't go to Chicago.
Yeah,
They're not going to allow that.
We'd lock him in his house for sure.
Yeah, we'll pull Blake Griffin out.
Yeah.
You guys could release, like, character assassinations on him like they do with everybody else in the world and make sure that he doesn't get hired anywhere and try to keep him.
We've actually done it twice successfully already. Yeah. So
if you need anybody's character assassinate, let us know.
Yeah, he burned our crops.
He did burn our crops.
I saw one. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, we appreciate you so much.
Yeah, man, thank you. It's a joy to try to even be given the opportunity to interact with people like you guys and Lions fans and Ravens fans. It's a lot of fun. It was difficult yesterday to watch the second quarter. I was pretty pissed off. I don't know about you guys. I was a little because given the situation with the injuries, my perspective is always let's get this game over sooner, so that so that we're not exposed to injury as much. We can't rewind time yet, but if you were able to go up 23-0, there's certain guys that maybe don't go back on the field if the game's over in the fourth quarter. Zadarius Smith being one of them. What if Zadarius Smith goes down? So my point for Ben Johnson and some of the stuff they did in the second quarter offensively would be, like, if we run the football, we shorten the game. At minimum, we shorten the game. We run another 40 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
And maybe we actually get to a 3rd and 2 and we convert and score and get another series of downs to shorten the game even more. And that's what surprised me about those play calls on the 3rd and 4th quarter. It really made me mad. I'll be real with you. I don't know if you guys had the same reaction because I thought, why are we making the game longer here?
I couldn't explain. Every time I saw one of the players run into the boundary, I was like, stay in bounds, stay in bounds, stay in bounds. I couldn't. You run the ball 20 times in the second half and you win by 2 scores.
Yeah.
I agree. And especially that, watching Gibbs, it's a friend of mine who's not a Lions fan asked me, he said, hey, why don't they give that guy the ball more? We watched the game together like 3 weeks ago. He's like, why don't they give that guy the ball more? I said, well, I don't know, but the other guy's pretty good, first of all.
Yeah.
I said, but also, maybe they're trying to hold his stats down so they can re-sign him for cheaper. He's done with his rookie contract.
That's a great point.
And that could be a real thing. So, but in any case, thank you guys for having me on. Sorry I extended another couple minutes.
No, man.
I enjoy
you're
talking
fine.
about Lions football.
We had John talk about your video. Tell us about the video.
Yeah.
You came out with 2 of them in the past couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, I have gone away from shorter content, which I know is not what most of the world wants to see. But I like to just do a defense examination because that's the connection to the game that I have, football, deep on the defensive side. And seeing what Aaron Glenn and those guys accomplished in the first half, correct me if I'm wrong, the first 4 possessions was either 3 and out or I think they got 1 first down on the 3rd or 4th possession.
No, yeah.
Then the 5th possession. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm just saying if they wouldn't have fumbled the ball, they would have gone, I think, 13 plays, no first downs in the first half.
Yeah. And then there was the situation at the end of the half where they try to get that's what's so ironic about the ending of the game is at the end of the second quarter with 9 seconds left, they line up in a stack trips, and they're basically just trying to free up Keenan Allen so no one can touch him. And Amik Robertson does a great job challenging it, and it's incomplete. So, but they were trying to get in field goal range or maybe for a Hail Mary, I guess. How do they not have the same reaction with 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter? Like, what's been the discussion on that? I can't fathom how anyone could say, hey, this isn't at least partially Caleb Williams' fault.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's definitely partially his fault.
It's both of their fault. I said
he called an audible.
The show.
With 13 seconds left out of the QB draw to whatever he'd up.
He called the audible, and either way, neither of those men, head coach or quarterback, can allow that ball to be snapped with 5 seconds left. You cannot do that.
Unreal, man. Unreal.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that?
And did you see the defense?
Go ahead. What do you say?
I think they might have I think they think on offense they think they're better than they are.
I agree.
And I mean the players. I think
for
the players
sure they do. Yeah.
Believe they're better than they are. And look, compared to me and you guys, I mean, I've seen Easy's DB stance. It ain't good. But like, compared to us, those guys are obviously superhuman. But at the NFL level, you know, they're not as good as they think they are, and so that a little bit too much hunger to try to go down the field. Caleb Williams, maybe trying to be the hero or whatever. Man, just get 8 yards and kick the field goal and go to overtime. I didn't want to see overtime for the Lions' sake with all the injuries. I didn't want to see it.
No, I'm with you on that one. I was real quick going to ask before we let you go, what do you attribute the second half collapse to defensively? It's just, I mean, I know they think they're better, but some of those guys have some accolades. Were they just making plays out there, or was it
lack of talent on your side? I mean, like, you want me to be honest?
Uh-huh.
Like, they have better talent. They have better talent. And when they go into pure pass-only mode, they're going to make plays. You're literally missing, 65% of your starting defense at that point?
Yeah. So crazy.
Yeah.
So I just think that you're at a talent differential in the third quarter, fourth quarter. And I do think there's a couple of situations where they are doing everything they can to get Keenan Allen open. I mean, he almost reminds me of Cooper Kupp a little bit in that they put him into the boundary and he runs tight end routes because he's away from the nickel defender. So if you roll the nickel defender over there, you've pretty much shown your coverage. Hey, we're going to play man. And I think that's why it was so effective when Aaron Glenn and the defense did, in fact, switch to a zone, because Caleb Williams' assumption was, oh, the nickel defender's into the boundary where Keenan Allen is, they're going to play man, and it's not. Now let me try to figure out what it is. Too late, the pass rush is there. So I think that some of those teams, like the Rams, like any team that's got Keenan Allen on it, that goes to great lengths to try to get one guy open, occasionally you can use that against them. If you may recall, Aaron Glenn did none of that against Cooper Kupp, who, you know, they basically run pick shield routes all game to try to get him as many catches as possible.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you tapping in with us, man. I know you're out with the family right now. I'll let you get going. Make sure you guys head over to his show his channel afterwards. All 22 films with Coach DC, broke down the defense. You put out a video earlier too, if I'm not mistaken. What was that one about?
DJ Reader and Zadarius Smith, just really focusing on those guys.
I'm watching that one. Yeah, I'm watching that one.
You guys like DJ Reader, right?
I love DJ Reader.
And Zadarius Smith, man. I love.
What did he do? What did he do after the game with the turkey or whatever? Somebody said he went up and Goff didn't want to give him a piece and he just took it or something?
So they cut like single pieces out, and there wasn't enough for DJ Reader, so Goff just ripped one off the turkey for him.
Yeah, ripped one of the legs off of the turkey that wasn't pre-cut and gave it to him.
Well, I mean, he pretty much has to, because if Reader wanted to take his fucking leg off, he could.
Yeah, exactly.
They gave the MVP to Jared Goff. I was like, dude, you got to give that to fucking DJ Reader. Are you kidding me?
Or Zadarius.
I didn't think Goff played well.
I didn't think Goff played well at all.
He didn't play bad, but he didn't have a game
because there was nobody else. It was like a complete team situation. But the only 2 touchdowns he had was with like 5 yards within the field goal or within the.
And like I said, at one point I saw it said 5 straight incompletions. I was like, I don't know if he's done that all year.
I knew that Reader was going to be, you know, a multiplier effect for the run defense. Remember in the offseason there was so much like, hey, was our run defense really that good, or was it because teams knew they could throw the ball on us?
Yeah.
Well, there's no question about that this year, and I knew that was going to be real. If you got a healthy DJ Reader and healthy Aleem McNeil, you can still compete. You're still going to be able to compete. So anyway, appreciate you guys having me on, man. Thanks for promoting my stuff also.
Of course. Thank you, Coach. Yeah, I'm going to go check that one out as soon as I get home. Appreciate you joining us.
Darius Smith, third down pass rush specialist, because he goes in the interior.
He's so nasty
I got to
from the
see
interior.
Coach's breakdown of that, yeah.
All right, well, that was Coach DC of All 22. Make sure you go check out his new Lions video after you finish watching the heavyweights. We're going to go to break. We'll come back. Nick, tell us about second best.
Join the heavyweights as we take over second best bar in Detroit next Thursday for the Lions pregame show. Located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show. Second best bar in Detroit. Come get some.
Best bar. Make sure you have some 1800 tequila, smoothest tequila in the game. Proud partner with your Detroit Lions and Woodward Sports. They team up together to bring you the best watch parties the city, the state has to offer. Detroit Lions don't miss a single game on their legendary road that they are on. Live at Hayes Social for every game. Check it out, 1800 tequila, the smoothest tequila in the game. And when you're drinking, please, as always, drink responsibly.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some hydro massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face.
Did you hear the owl?
Get some space at any of our 2,600 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Deal ends Friday, December 6th.
Walk in any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today, open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a $20 haircut. Where else can you get a $20 haircut? Lady Jane's, that's where. It's also not just a haircut. It comes with a scalp massage, a hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code in the corner today and get your coupon. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk-ins are always welcome. Open 7 days a week. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. And let me tell you about Caesars Sports Book, the official sports book of Woodward Sports. If I told you made a $1,000 bet and it didn't cash, you get the money back, you'd look at me like I'm crazy. But I'm not. Just download the Caesars Sportsbook app, scan that QR code, use code Woodward1000, and your first bet, if it doesn't cash, and you bet between $25 and $1,000, you'll get it back in bonus bets. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to Over the Weights Live on WoodWardSports.com. Me's joined by Spimo Rex, Chris, Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick. Smash that like button. Be a friend and tell a friend. Let me get it back on. The Raiders just spiked the ball. There's a flag that might put them out of field goal range.
Oh, of course there is. Against the Chiefs?
There is. Against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, that is
I don't know
true,
what the flag is, but yeah.
Raiders
also,
always...
why would you have this game on
Friday?
Yeah, during date, like people do go back to work after Thanksgiving. Not everybody gets the fucking week off.
So they can
should've
sneak
just
this
fucking-
propaganda, these chief rigged games.
Well,
That's true.
Yeah, maybe.
That is true.
Well, put up Friday night. Like make
Do
it
it
a
on
Friday
Friday
night game.
night, yeah.
High school's not going on right now. You're not taking away from anything. All right. Anyway, it's a garbage game anyway. Yesterday.
What's up, Nick? Well,
You guys say something?
Cade Cunningham officially in the lineup tonight for the Detroit Pistons.
Wow.
Great to see that. He is
Fuck
on
yeah.
the sports book. Shout out Caesars.
Absolutely
Nice.
huge because this is the cup game. This is the cup
against
game.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Against
A cup game.
Indiana.
Indiana.
So
If we
they
win, we
Ooh.
advance, right? We only
It-
need one win.
We
or-
got to avenge our loss.
One win to advance, but if you beat Milwaukee, also then we for sure win our group.
Cool.
And I put a nice chunk of
No
change on
way.
5-point dog tonight. Hey, that's on the.
It was a
Mute
fumble.
it. Mute it. Mute it.
Fumble.
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 Wow. They blew it.
What?
They fumbled a backwards
Was
pass.
it obvious? Was it obvious?
I didn't see it. I
thought
had
they
to chat
spiked
up.
it. I thought you said they spiked it.
They spiked it and they must have ran a play because it was 16 seconds left or 16 seconds left to spike. They're about to throw it out. They're about to play right now. Hold on. You want to see?
No way. Yeah.
Oh, he
5 stars.
snapped it while Aiden O'Connell wasn't even looking.
What an idiot. Idiot.
Damn. Aiden O'Connell wasn't even looking. It's on the center.
Wow.
Steve
Chiefs get
O'Baby,
another
it'll
one.
be on the FanDuel Sports Network.
And guess what? This will be power rank number 2. People aren't pulling the plug on their hopes and dreams of winning the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Just saying. I know Jared Goff looked pedestrian yesterday, but we still got a hell of a fucking running back tandem. He's not been that all year.
No. That was just, I
Maybe
mean,
his
other than
second
the
game
5
playing like that,
interception
yeah.
game, that was his worst game. He was a little off.
Everyone was human yesterday, including one Jameson Williams. Hell of
Yeah,
a hurdle, by the way.
Yeah.
First and foremost, with the Grinch cleats.
We have
Shout
a
out.
video
Look
of
at
him
this
talking
hurdle.
about it.
Oh,
Look
really?
at this hurdle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have him
beautiful.
post game and then Dan Campbell post game talking about the ball flip.
Yeah, so yesterday during the game, you guys didn't, I'm sure you guys all watched. But
Everybody
if you did, Jameson Williams, after didn't even get a first down, but Stevenson was on the sidelines talking shit, and J-Mo flipped the ball his way, had him pop in the mouth.
It was one of the funniest things I've
thought
seen.
that shit was hilarious.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen in a football game.
And to be fair, it's not like he got the first down. It was still like third
Yeah,
or second.
it was
or
like a
something.
3-yard game.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't even that big of a play.
Yeah, I'm not. Like, come on. But so J-Mo came out and said something.
J-Mo, after and Dan Campbell, we got a video. It's
I'm
from
curious to see what J-Mo said.
who's looking.
We'll do the
in
J-Mo
Slack
video.
real quick.
What's that?
It's all in the one video. You just need the one video. It goes to Dan Campbell.
Chiefs
after
win
J-Mo.
17 to
But look
19.
in Slack real quick. Who tweeted it?
Okay.
Because I want to give them credit.
Yeah, then let me find it out because I think I got a different video there.
The video of Jameson Williams in the locker room.
Yeah, 30
It's
seconds.
that one. Yes.
Okay.
That's the right one.
Okay. Yeah, let me get
Yeah, because
you.
that had to be exclusive because I watched the Lions interviews. I'm pretty sure J-Mo wasn't in there.
Yeah. It's
So this comes from Thomas Cook.
Thomas Cook. Yeah, he's a reporter for the NFL. So
Nice.
this is Jameson Williams and then Dan Campbell.
We're trying to win a football game, so those things like that can't happen. That's the main thing.
How do you continue to grow from a mistake like that?
Just don't do it again,
I'll be honest with you, that's already cleaned up. It's already cleaned up. So we're good. And as a matter of fact, J-Mo got right in front of the team a minute ago, unsolicited, and wanted to apologize to his teammates. That's big, man. It's growth. And it's all good.
Yeah, and so that was Jameson Williams just saying that, it was a mistake. He knows it was wrong, and he can't do it again. And Dan Campbell said he already handled it, and it was already talked about. So what else can they do? I mean, I'm over it. They won the game.
Yeah, I mean, stupid fucking thing to do.
It was dumb.
It was dumb. 100% dumb.
Very funny, but
very
stupid.
funny. But like, if you're up 7, maybe. If you're up 10, if you're up 14, 20, 21, go ahead. Be stupid. Maybe not. This is good practice not to. You know what I'm saying? Just for your
I'd
self-control.
rather just not do it.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was funny.
I'm not blaming. I love him to death. He's Unky Tom, Tom Mazaway. Like, he's my guy. So I'm one of my mentors. Like, coming into this business.
Yeah, Maz the GOAT.
Could have cost him the game. No, it didn't, Maz.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't, Maz. It wasn't a first down. Didn't take him out of field goal range. Like, it did not cost him the game. That's the part we're not gonna have the conversation. Was it stupid? Yes. Will it happen again? No. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. J-Mo does get the yapping a lot during the games, but I mean, did you see the hurdle? I mean, he's pretty good.
I mean, I think he just knew the Bears were going to self-destruct anyways. I think he just had the foresight to know that this is the game I can do it because the Bears are gonna just Bears.
I guess, but
No, I'm making jokes, but
yeah, no,
it is dumb. It is dumb, and and I think he does learn from. I believe he does learn from these things because if you look at for the people that want to just connect every Jameson Williams instance, you really can't because they're all different things. So
they're so different.
So he's not repeating the same mistakes. It's not
And they're
like,
so
it's not like
ticky-tacky.
stay off the weed. Like it's not like that. It's not Josh Gordon where it's the same thing over
Correct.
and over again. It's different things, and you don't see him repeat it. So for those idiots that want to just make the complete correlation of every single thing J-Mo's ever did, including get hurt, that's wrong in their eyes. Like you can't correlate those things because they're not similar.
It's the only issue on that side is they try to make these things sound like they're doomsday things, like he hit his dog or his woman
Or killed
his
his
mom or hit somebody drunk driving
Or killed his wife with a knife.
It's nothing near those things at
Stabbed
all
his wife in the
whatsoever. That's my only issue. The people like trying to draw these and make it like a much bigger deal than it is. Yeah, he fucked up, but it's not like I don't know. It's not what people are trying to make it out to be. He's not what they're trying to make it out to be. And he's obviously a part of this offensive team they like a lot. Because if he wasn't, he'd be gone.
Be here.
Again,
we passed on a generational talent in Jalen Carter to put alongside Aiden fucking Hutchinson because they didn't like the way he was between the ears. J-Mo's not lacking there. He would have been gone by now. Promise you that.
I agree. And again, as long as there are no repeat offenses, then I think you can really start to call out.
Yeah, and like I said, it was very funny, but you can't do it.
It was hilarious.
So if you're mad at him for that, I'm not going to kill you for it. Like, this isn't like him celebrating a touchdown and you being mad at that. This actually cost the Lions.
Yeah, you can be mad at this one.
You can be mad at this one. I wouldn't kill somebody for being mad at it. If you're saying cut him or get rid of him or don't re-sign him, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
but you can be angry with him. And like I said, he admitted he was wrong and it was stupid and he cost his team. Dan Campbell admitted he was wrong and it was stupid and he cost his team. He apologized for it to his teammates and we move on.
Yep. Nick, where you at with that one? What was the crowd's reaction to that one?
I don't
Pretty
know
racist,
specifically on that play. I'm not quite sure what the crowd's reaction was, but I have no problem with this, to be quite honest. Obviously, it didn't burn you. I don't want J-Mo to get ridiculed at all for this. And honestly, I've loved what I've seen out of Jameson Williams. And this is funny to me because it's an in-division game. Like, you're going to see him right in the face.
Just doinked him.
Right in the fucking mouth.
The funny thing too is like he braced for it. Like I don't think he thought J-Mo was like gonna do it. He thought he was just barking no bite. And J-Mo was like, "Fuck you, bitch."
It was funny.
It was almost like the Cade Cunningham, like Jalen Green, like the
We
little
dunked on
slap,
him?
like the slap.
Oh yeah. That was
reminded
crazy.
me of
Cade did that. That was wild.
Cade's goated for that.
Yeah, it reminded me of that, like a little like got your ass, So
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, gotcha, bitch. That's what the vibe I got was. But yeah, J-Mo can do no wrong in my book on this one.
I mean,
he needs to stay on the field.
It was wrong.
But yeah,
it was wrong. I don't want to say he shouldn't have done it. It was a bad decision, and the Lions got a penalty for it. But they didn't lose because of it. They didn't almost lose because of it. There were a lot bigger factors in it than a 15-yard penalty in that game. But can't do it. And like I said, he apologized to his teammates, and he's not going to do it again. We move forward.
that's the part I like about it is where Dan Campbell said he did it unsolicited, unsolicited.
Yeah, stepped in front of the team, apologized.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
see?
on him.
Yeah,
to
it means
knows
he
that
knows that
15-yard penalty
stupid.
unacceptable.
I have a
but
question
yeah.
because I saw the clip. I didn't see it during the game, but I saw the clip on social media then after of Antoine Randall fucking ripping him a new one. Was that after that?
It was right after the play. Yeah, they took him out.
Okay, all right, yeah. But then
he didn't
J-Mo
play.
was saying something back, and then fucking Antoine Randall hit him with the fucking.
Yeah.
Not one more word, young man.
I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah. What? And that was in the conversation because if you
That's
guys
good
know,
coaching.
yeah. Honest to God, like,
good
you gotta-
coaching.
and I could tell too because I watched it live. I must have missed Antoine Randall, but there was another coach behind him who just needs to go ball. By the way, he had the whole curtain thing going on. I don't know why people fucking rock.
I don't know why people
drives
do
me
that.
fucking insane. But he had the curtains going on, and he's behind J-Mo, just leering him.
You watch how you talk about my dad, all right?
Pops rocks the curtains. Come on. He's old enough though.
Yeah, he's 70
he's old
though,
enough.
like,
the grandpa emoji has the
He's a
curtains.
70-year-old fucking war veteran.
If you got color, but if you got color to your curtains, like what are you doing?
Yeah. He's straight white.
Yeah.
Beard's straight white too.
Yeah, he's fucking there.
I
By the way,
remember.
he's got so
realized
much aura. I didn't even fucking notice the curtains.
Yeah.
Does he shave it sometimes?
No.
How did I never notice?
I don't know.
He's that aura.
Been there my whole life.
Was there ever like brown curtains? Or is all
Yeah, they were brown.
rocking the curtains?
Yeah.
Has a choice.
Yeah.
Either way, he was fucking mean mugging J-Mo. But he had like thick curtains. Like they were like, they had some flow going out. It was like, what are you doing? He was just fucking mean mugging J-Mo. I'm like, who fucks this guy?
Yeah.
Like he clearly doesn't have the balls enough to go up to J-Mo and say how he feels. But you should be able to do that to your players as a coaching staff.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you're the fucking leader. You're the one advising them. You're the one fucking calling the shots.
That's what this coaching staff is all about, is holding players and themselves accountable. And Jameson Williams doesn't get any special treatment. They took him out of the game. They didn't put him, I'm pretty sure they didn't put him back in the game.
That's what Ryan Lynch said. Ryan Lynch is the biggest J-Mo fan here.
Huge J-Mo fan. So, we could have used him out there. The offense would have been a little better running around if he wasn't, or if he was out there, but still won the game, so it doesn't matter. Don't matter. Just don't do it again. Keep going. He apologized to his team. That's all that matters to me.
By the way, if you own an iPhone, you don't have Game Pigeon on your phone, you're a fucking loser. No one loves you. So you just need to change that.
Yeah.
Just
Tell
saying.
us about Katie K. Law.
I'll tell you about Katie K. Law. Did you find out your wife doesn't have Game Pigeon on her phone? You're absolutely disgusted, disappointed, or maybe you should be happy because she's not cheating on you with another guy on the side. Call Kevin and Catherine and Katie K. Law. They got your back. 248-971-0476 to deal with any type of family law issue as divorce, child custody, or anything else related. Just scan the QR code dial 248-971-0476.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Excuse me. Post-game show, watch party live at Hayes Social. We're not going to be there. It's going to be Neil and Shawnee B live from Hayes Social doing the watch party this week, Thursday, for the Green Bay Packers matchup. So go down there and check it out. Post-game show will be Anson and Stick, as always. Presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken Pizza, and 1800 Tequila.
You're a peg.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I like them.
No, I'm not a hard cider guy.
I don't mind it, but I'm definitely not buzzing.
I'd rather just drink a 7% beer. Like, give me a fucking...
What's a 7% beer that's platinum?
Fucking any...
IPA.
IPA. Yeah.
Hazies. I gotta
What
say...
are Space Machines?
Space Machines are probably like 6.5, I think.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I gotta have it over ice, dude. It's a little too sweet,
They're
so
too
like get it
sweet,
watered down a
yeah.
little bit. But the thing with like beer, it's like I have to have an ice cold beer, or I'm not drinking like barely cold. Like
I can drink warm beer.
I can too. I'm a degenerate.
Yeah.
I mean, I can, but it's fucking terrible.
I mean, I'd rather have it cold for
Yeah.
sure, but I don't know. I like beer.
Me too.
Yeah, beer's definitely acquired taste. We got to do the pick 'em.
Yeah, I got it all set up. You guys are ready to go? Start with the reigning Glizzy Boy.
Glizzy Boys!
First game.
Little wiener.
Little wiener.
Arizona at Minnesota. Who you got?
Arizona at Minnesota. Now,
And we have one game that we're doing the spread for.
Wiener boy.
fool me once, you can't get fooled again. Give me Arizona. I am not picking. I picked against Minnesota last week. They should have lost last week.
But they didn't.
But they didn't because it was the Bears, who always lose in horrific fashion.
That is true. 3 weeks in a row.
Yes. So
God,
give me
they must
Arizona.
hate themselves, Bears
Daniil
fans.
Hunter just liked my tweet of Jameson Williams throwing the football at Stevenson.
Who did?
What's his first name?
Daniil Hunter.
Yeah, Daniil Hunter's like
Tariq Stevenson.
Tariq Stevenson.
That's pretty
Daniil Hunter
badass.
liked it?
Yeah.
Fucking
The real
DM him,
Daniil
be like,
Hunter?
bro,
Yeah, come on.
request a trade. All right, next, Nick.
Wait, yeah, where's this game being played? At
Arizona,
Mini?
Minnesota. Well, it's inside either way.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
guys-
in Minnesota.
Yeah, you guys know where I'm at with this. I don't.
Yeah, it's your team.
Yep.
Vikings up.
It was not
Wow.
that Daniil Hunter.
It was Danielle Hunter.
Yeah,
She's
right, Danielle Hunter.
Some 30-year-old black lady from
I just clicked on it like, oh, that's not Daniil Hunter. It was a guy.
from Atlanta.
Wasn't him though.
Yeah. Daniil Hunter. I mean, I guess that's probably a relatively common name.
Yeah, Hunter's
a pretty common last
Yeah.
name. All right, easy. Arizona, Minnesota. Who you got?
Ooh, that's gonna be a fucking banger.
It's gonna be a good game. There's a lot of good games.
Probably
this week.
win it.
Did the Glizzy boy go?
Glizzy Boy went.
Who'd you take, Glizzy boy?
He took
Yeah,
Arizona.
None of your business.
I was gonna fade you.
And
This guy wants
Nick
to copy
took,
me.
Nick took Minnesota, obviously.
Fuck. Arizona needs this game,
They do.
but I think Minnesota might beat them. Give me Arizona.
I'm also taking Arizona. I think.
Oh, you guys did not learn from last week. Everyone was on Arizona, and they lost to the Seahawks. Here we go again, boys.
Yeah,
Nick on an
that is a
island.
division game. This is not a
Division
division game. They can't lose 2 in a row. They're trying to win that division. So yeah, give me the fighting Kyler Murrays. Next up,
This guy,
Indy
Nick,
versus.
this guy Nick wants the Vikings to win the NFC North
yeah,
so
he
bad.
does. He picks them every week. Indy versus New England.
So good.
Indy versus New England. Now, you know what? I think I'm going to be on an island here. But I just like what I'm seeing out the quarterback play. Give me Drake May. Give me Drake May. New
I don't
England.
think you're going to be on an island at all.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are pretty brutal, and I'm going with the home team, and that's the Patriots.
Damn it.
Easy.
I don't even remember what the fucking matchup
Indy,
was.
New England.
Indy, New England. New England's home.
Yeah.
You want to know what I picked?
Yeah, give me New England.
Yeah, I mean, what are we
Wow.
doing here? Foxborough, Honolulu Blue Flu. Anthony Richardson was getting his ass whooped last game.
And he's favored.
Yeah, Andy's favored, but I'm taking New
I
England.
could see him winning this game. to be
Are you
honest with
locking it?
No, I'm
By the
not
way, will you
locking
say the Bears better than Indy now, or what? Or Caleb's better than Richardson?
it. Yeah,
It's fair.
Caleb's better than Richardson. I still think they're pretty similar team skill level. But yeah, Caleb, like I said, Caleb, I gained a lot of respect for him. Not for his comments after the game
Yeah.
or his boneheaded decision in the last play, but the way he was taking hits and still getting up is impressive. All right, Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati
Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati.
in Ohio.
Oh, man, I really like. You know what? I like Pittsburgh, but give me Cincy this week. I just feel like even they're gonna play spoiler. They're pretty much out of the playoffs, but give me Cincy for a spoiler.
Give me Joe Burr and Jamar Chase.
Easy.
Didn't Cincy just have a bye week?
Yep.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, give me the Bengals too.
Damn.
Steelers are going to take a fall here. Ravens are going to jump up,
Everybody wants
take
to beat
control
me
of that
so
division. All right, next up, we got Houston -3.5 at Jacksonville.
Oh, so this is what we gotta do: spread.
Got to do the spread in this one because everybody
Yeah.
would pick Houston.
Yeah, give me Houston.
Trevor
give
Lawrence back
me
for this one.
lock.
Locking Houston
Yes.
And the
with
spread?
Trevor Lawrence returning.
Yes.
You're locking the spread.
Locking the -3.5.
Can I double lock it if Trevor Lawrence is back?
Nick,
How am I not seeing? I'm not seeing these games.
I'm taking the Texans here. I think they need a bounce
-3.5.
back. Okay, that's no. I'll take
Listen,
the
listen.
Jags.
That's not that big of a spread.
Yeah, that's not.
Shout out John effing Lord for the 5 gifted subs.
Shout out. I didn't. So 3.5. I mean, that's
That's not that big of a spread.
yeah.
You should be able to bet this one straight up.
All right, give me the Jags to cover 3.5.
Give me the Jags cover 3.5 as well.
Wow.
I'm also taking the Jags to cover 3.5.
And I locked it. Oh, this is the game that decides it. Then.
That, yeah, it
Lizzie
really is.
boy,
For sure.
Lizzie,
boy.
Lizzie. A little wiener.
Jags are going to cover this one at home
Spin
in
zone.
division.
Savage.
Trevor Lawrence coming back. Next up, Los Angeles Rams versus the New Orleans Saints.
Los Angeles Rams versus
This
Saints.
is only a 1-point game. This probably only like -1, I think.
Damn, this would be
This one's -3.
2.5.
-3.
I see 2.
What's yours?
2.5.
Oh, mine's -3, but mine could be old.
All right, well, give me the. Damn, I don't like either of these teams. Both these teams suck to me.
Daniil Hobson just liked my tweet.
Give me the Rams. I just like their weapons more.
That's probably who it is. You said the Rams?
Yeah.
Nick?
The great truth himself, Cooper Kupp, and the Rams.
The great Watcher.
Easy?
Give me the Rams, Matty Stafford and the Moas. That might be an entertaining game. Him and fucking Carr just slinging 50-yard balls.
Mm-hmm. I'm locking the Rams.
Dumb.
They're fighting for something still. The Saints aren't. All right, Chargers, Atlanta. In the dirty South.
Dirty South.
Dirty
South.
Shout out Gun Guy. Take your pants off.
Yeah, shout out Gun Guy. Give me. I want to go Atlanta. Nah, I'm not going. I'm not going to Atlanta. I'm going to Chargers. I'll die on the Chargers hill.
Great bounce back spot for Jim Harbaugh here after losing to his brother last week.
Yeah,
I'm going with the
Jim.
Bolts, the Chargers.
Who they playing?
You, Jim.
Dirty Birds.
Dirty
Atlanta.
Birds.
In Atlanta.
Birds off a bye week at home, coming off a loss, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Shit, homie. Give me them dirty. Give me Harbaugh.
I am taking those Dirty Birds. Give me the
Dirty
Atlanta
Birds.
Falcons. They need to win this game if they want to keep that division. I need them to win this game because I need them to keep that division. Next up, speaking of need them to win this game to keep that division, Philadelphia versus Baltimore. Who you got? This is going to be game of the week.
This is the game. This is the game of the week for sure. You know what? For the sake of our Lions, baby, give me Baltimore. I think Philly is hitting all cylinders right now, but at the same time, I'm gonna take Baltimore.
Nick?
I don't think the Ravens' pass defense is too good, and I think A.J. Brown's going to be able to pick them apart. I like Philly on the road, especially.
You like anybody the Lions are against.
That is true.
Shut up, Wiener Boy over there. in the
Oh!
This guy was.
Dude, Chris
This
is
guy
turned
wins
beet red.
1 week. This guy wins 1 week.
You either piss him off or embarrass him.
No, it's like 1,000,000 degrees in this booth.
I've taken a lot.
I looked away from you and you were a different shape.
Now you're going back.
Lots of pressure. The heat just cranked up. It just got really hot.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Not gonna lie,
That
I
was
am
crazy.
sweating.
I've never seen you so red.
Yeah.
I am sweating though. I don't know why.
I'm about to pass out. You
I don't
have a
remember what
stroke?
game we're
You
picking.
smelling toast? Don't do that. It's happened before.
Yeah. What game we're picking?
Baltimore.
Philly, Baltimore.
Fuck, that's gonna be a banger too.
In Baltimore.
Philly's strong suit, Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens are the second best run defense in the league.
They sure do.
They have capable playmaking defensive backs. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore too. It is the unstoppable force meets the immovable object in Saquon Barkley versus the Baltimore defense, but I just think they're going to do enough. I think you guys know how I feel about Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. If you take Saquon Barkley and hamper him, that's going to affect Jalen Hurts a lot, force him to throw the ball. You said they got an opportunistic defense. It might not be a great passing defense, but Marlon Humphreys, I think, is third in the NFL in interceptions. Nate Wiggins has been playing well.
Patrick Queen might come back.
Patrick Queen, yeah, is
Or,
possibly back.
Roquan.
Yeah, Roquan Smith.
Yeah, sorry.
Kyle Hamilton could possibly be back. So I'm going Baltimore on the road, or Philly on the road into Baltimore. Give me Baltimore.
Plus, we need it.
And I need it personally, and the Lions need it.
Yeah.
If I have another week where Pittsburgh loses and Baltimore wins, I'd almost be a shoo-in for that fucking futures bet. All right, Seattle, New York Jets, last game. Poop bowl. Not really.
Give me Seattle, man. They got something to play for. The Jets don't. They stink.
Could be a trap game. Vegas thinks it's a trap game.
Yeah, they do. I like K9 and the Hawks here.
Yeah,
and
why,
I'm
what's
also
up with the spread right now?
It's
What
only
the
like
fuck?
a 2-point
it's
spread.
1.5.
That's crazy,
Seahawks
yeah.
minus 116. Jets minus 102. But I don't know. There's something about the
Disrespectful
Seahawks
kinda,
team just hanging in there.
I don't know.
That's
It
sketchy.
might be a spot game.
Fuck the Jets. Give me the Hawks.
I kind of want to lean with Vegas because, like, why else would this be a thing?
I feel like
True. If it is,
the
if
Seahawks
looks,
defense woke up.
If it looks fishy, it probably is
It looks fishy, man, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Fuck it. I'm going with the Jets. For no other reason other than why is it only a fucking 1.5 point spread?
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
It's so weird, bro.
Jets in the
Because
Meadowlands.
it's New York
They
media.
have the players. It's weird.
Yeah.
Big
All right,
media.
we need locks here.
I will be locking the Minnesota Vikings.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
This guy's a
Louisa,
scumbag.
baby, no
Wow,
pacifier.
so Nick and Chris both with Island locks.
Island locks.
Oh, okay.
Island
Okay. Now I got
was
it. Now I got a
trying
chance.
to
You may have opened the
make
door
it.
for me.
Yeah,
Cozy
you
boy.
did, honestly.
Fuck
I'm
it. I think
locking
the
the
Vikings win.
Rams. Matthew Stafford.
I already locked the Rams.
God fucking damn it.
Dramatic pause. and everything.
You can lock the Patriots, the Cardinals, the Bengals, the Jags with the spread or with the points,
Lock the Cardinals. Fade Nick.
the Chargers, the Ravens, or the Seahawks.
Or lock the Jags and fade me.
Yeah, you could fade one of these guys for sure.
Yeah, I like the Jags, the points.
Locking the Jags with the point.
dirt
2 locks
bag.
on the only spread game.
The Jags with the
Maybe we
points.
gotta do that more often. You guys like these spreads, huh? Like these spreads.
I mean, it just,
Don't make it weird.
I suck at
let's pick
picking
'em.
them. Yeah, I suck at picking them. So I mean, anything can help on these spreads.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. Let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anybody, we meet anyone, can work out and achieve their fitness goals. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, totally judgment-free atmosphere, and every membership includes fitness training for free. But if you want the good stuff, if you want the perks, you got to upgrade to the Black Card. Get
time
use
for
of
the
menus
perk,
like
man.
hydro
Perk
massage,
30.
total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Planet Fitness, join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Today is the last day of the Black Friday sale. 10% off. Use the promo code Woodward SW10. Get the best Detroit sports merch in the game. Go to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. Hoodies, tees, hats, all that at woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today.
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator.
Park 30.
Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I'm easy, my
Perk
Racks.
20, I just popped me 2 perk 10s.
Perk 30, I just popped me 3 perk 10s.
Dude, I fucking love Sada Baby, dude. Probably, he's got to be the funniest rapper in the game.
He's made me want to try sex on perks, that's for sure. Never did it.
I've never done a perk.
Not a pill guy.
I'm
Don't
not a
do
pill
pills.
guy either.
Yeah.
I've only done Adderall
risky
twice in my
business.
life.
Kids.
You don't do Adderall, all right? Don't make it sound like that's a thing.
No, people do
Take
it.
Adderall.
People do Adderall.
You take Adderall.
I've only taken Adderall twice. My one was to retake the ACT, and
Did it
one
work?
was this. Yeah, I got a 29 instead of a 26.
It's weird because sometimes for me Adderall just makes all my ADD shit worse. Just makes it all worse.
Oh, what?
Makes it all worse. It's like it enhances the ADD.
Starting to see
Not fun.
spaceships around. You're focused more on everything.
No, I don't focus.
Yeah, I know. You focus on everything more.
I'm more like any thought, like a hyper focus on that one random ass thought versus like what I'm trying to do.
It's like when someone's like, "You're tired. If you're tired, just drink an energy drink." It's like, "I'm tired now, but faster."
Speaking of tired and sorry and just piss poor and The Michigan Wolverines play Ohio State
Jesus.
Buckeyes this weekend. Nick, how you feeling?
This one's gonna get ugly, fellas. That's where I'm at, but that's okay because they got the Natty last year, won 3 straight, and then next year we got the savior, the Messiah, Bryce Underwood coming into town, who should be starting as a true freshman. So there's hope and there's light at the end of the tunnel. This is a game where you're just gonna have to, sadly deal with it. You're gonna have to sadly go into Columbus, and it's probably not gonna be pretty.
Are they covering the spread? 19.5, I believe, was the last one I saw.
I think Ryan Day is gonna just absolutely mollywomp them and not take their foot off the neck here. I think Ohio State does cover the spread.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State tried to put up 70 points. Like Ryan Day's going to want to embarrass. I don't think they can. Like 70 is aggressive, but I could see him scoring 40. And Michigan doesn't have the offense to compete with that.
The only chance in this game that you have is getting out ahead early
and then
running the ball and turning them over.
You have to. I think the only chance for Michigan to win this game is to win the turnover by 5. Like win the turnover ratio by like 4 or 5. Even if you only intercept the ball once or even twice, I don't think that'll be enough. You have to win the turnover ratio by at least 3.
How you feel about Will Johnson sitting out?
Smart man.
Yeah, I have no gripe about it. He did what he needed to do at Michigan. He cannot, benefit his draft stock playing in this game. And I don't think he's, awfully too banged up. That's just my judgment. I have no inside sources, but I think he's obviously getting ready for the draft here. He's going to be a top 10 pick, probably the number 1 corner taken in this draft. And I don't blame him at all. He, was a great Michigan player, and he won a national championship and had an interception in that championship game.
Fantastic player. He's not going to be the number 1 corner taken in this draft because that's going to be Travis Hunter. But,
yeah.
But he's going to be a top 10 pick.
Exactly.
He's a fantastic player. I like Will Johnson. I wish him nothing but the best. This is the smartest decision. If I was Mason Graham or Colston Loveland or Josiah Stewart or any of those guys, friends or agents, I would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, no, I understand wanting to back your brothers, wanting to be there for you. Look what happened to Jake Butt.
Yeah.
Jake Butt tore his ACL last game of the year. Didn't get drafted. He would have been a top 2 round pick. Didn't get drafted until late, and then his career never really was
nice
anything.
Content creator like you and I.
Yeah. So,
all due respect.
Will John? I mean, I totally respect both guys for doing the things.
So sad.
Like I completely understand why Mason Graham and Colston Loveland, these guys want to play in this game. It's one of the biggest rivalries in sports. So. But I wouldn't personally. If you're gonna, it's a 19.5 point spread.
Could Travis Hunter,
even if you win the game, it's not like you're going to the playoff.
Fall the Bears?
No, Travis Hunter will be probably the number 1 pick in it, or 1 or 2.
I think Sanders goes 1.
It's going to be Shedeur and Travis Hunter, probably 1 and 2.
You think it'd be 2 quarterbacks?
No, because the Panthers aren't going to take a quarterback.
I think he'll go 3.
He's gonna
3 or 4. What are the Bears?
Bears aren't gonna have a top 5 pick.
What's drafted? I don't know, dude. Actually, I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like. Actually, a lot of the rest of the schedule is division opponents.
Yeah, that's true.
Where's your guys' interest in this game? Obviously Michigan not ranked, going to Columbus. Are you guys locked in on the couch watching this one, or are you guys not at all?
I'm going to hang out with my boy and his kids. We'll probably have it on. He's a Michigan fan, so.
The Bears are number 9 right now.
Michigan State has to win to get bowl eligible. It's a tough matchup against Rutgers.
-1.5 favorite at home.
Can't turn the ball over, man. That's what it is. If they don't turn the ball over, they'll win. If they turn the ball over, they probably won't win. And I said my expectations before the season were 7 wins and a bowl game. They're obviously not going to get to 7 wins, but they could still get to a bowl game, and I'd accept that.
This is according to Takeathon.com. They have Travis Hunter going number 3. They'd be the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But how about this? And tell me if I'm tripping or not. But they got 5 and 6 back-to-back, Mason Graham and Will Johnson.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mason Graham, number 5 overall.
Oh, yeah, he's the best defensive tackle in football, or in college football.
Kind of reminds me of an Ali McNeil, to be honest.
He's better than Ali McNeil.
Yeah, no, I know, but
he's going to be, but that's the way he plays. Yeah. He's like I hate to say it, but he's like Aaron Donald-esque.
No way.
Yeah, dude, he's a beast.
He's a tank.
He's not going to be. I'm not saying he's going to be Aaron Donald, but that's who I would comp his game to.
He ain't bigger.
Not really. He's not that. He's not like 6'6" or anything. He's a little short guy, but he is fucking powerful, dude.
6'3".
Steve-O Baby says, Spencer, my ex-girlfriend is a Michigan fan, which is why she left me, because I refused to cheer for Michigan. Oh, well, I mean, hey, do what you got to do, brother. Those loyalties
TP our
are deep.
house.
Yeah.
Ashton Gentry, number 11? Yeah, right.
Ashton Gentry? No. He'll be a first-round pick, but not 11.
Spencer.
That dude, Territoria McMillan from Arizona, he's going to be a top 10 pick.
They have him number 4.
Yeah.
Kid to Arizona, 6'5".
He's fucking insane, dude.
He is wild. The catches I saw him making,
He's so good. He's so good.
They're not even real. The catches that you see him make is ridiculous.
Paul Thomas says, my problem with Shador, it's a garbage conference. The skill set's there, man. Josh Allen played for Wyoming.
Yeah.
Shador Sanders is going to be a stud.
What are we doing with that one?
Spencer, what do you grade Michigan State's in Jonathan Smith and Aiden Childs in their first year as Spartans? What would you grade
Michigan State overall?
State's?
I would give them a C- right now, or a flat C, because this I expect. Like I said, my expectations were 7 wins in a bowl game. The defense has outperformed my expectations. The offense has underperformed, so I'd put them right in the middle. Aiden Childs, I would give Aiden Childs a C- D. Because he has been solely responsible, only his doing that we've lost a couple games this year. And you can't do that. He turns the ball over way too much. Jonathan Smith, I'll give him a C-, C+, somewhere around there. Because he hasn't been objectively bad. He's made a couple decisions that I didn't agree with. He hasn't made enough decisions that resulted in winning games, I would say. But it's been a C- season for this team. They're, like I said, I didn't expect them to be a playoff team. Nobody did. I said 7 games, and people said I was crazy. Their over/under on the season was 3.5 or 4.5. So it's a success from that aspect, but you left a lot on the table. Aiden Childs single-handedly lost you the Boston College game. You shouldn't even be worried about potentially not making a bowl because you should have won that game. Michigan game was very winnable. You let that one slip through your fingers. Because of those two, I'd knock their performances down a letter grade.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I'm probably right there. That's what I would grade them. Are you still as high on Childs as you were before the season? Do you think these turnovers can get fixed going into the future where Michigan State can become legitimate top 5 in the Big Ten threat?
Question.
I think they can. Will they is a different story. I said it on BDE. I kind of got like a 30% fear factor with Aiden Childs. It would have been 10% if I would have seen progression throughout the year, but I haven't seen a lot of progression from him this year. So I would say about 30%, but the skill set is there, the arm talent is there, the athleticism is there. It's the decision-making that he needs to fix, and that tends to be something that a lot of young quarterbacks struggle with. So realistically, could I see him fixing it? Yes, it's very possible that he could, because it's not like the balls aren't getting there on time or stuff like that. He's just making bad decisions and dumb decisions that you see in young quarterbacks. The only thing that scares me is that he hasn't improved on it this year. Like throughout the season, he hasn't improved on it.
And it's also the same system he came from.
Yeah. But he didn't play. He played a handful of snaps last year.
Still, I mean, you practice
the same scheme, you need him to
philosophy.
make better decisions. But that's what it is. It's not him not knowing the system. It's him not making decisions when it's time to make a decision. Like he needs to, I said this at the beginning of the year, he needs to be much more reliant in his legs. Like he wants to be a pocket passer. He wants to drive the ball down the field, which he can because he has a fantastic arm and he can make a bunch of throws. But he is a great athlete. And if his first or second read isn't there, he needs to stop trying to buy time and trying to find the 40-yard pass. Tuck the ball and gain as many yards as he can. Live to fight another day. He hasn't done that at all this year. I said that week 3 that he needs to start doing that, and he hasn't.
He's done it a few times, just not consistently.
No. There's so many times where he stands back there, and he moves around great in the pocket. He avoids people, but he's standing there.
His arm's like too talented for his own good and his maturity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust his legs enough, or he trusts his arm too much. That if he needs to find a better balance, which is very, very coachable.
Normal.
So
it's normal.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, 30% fear factor. Let's go to our last break, and then we'll come back. Let me tell you about New Holland Brewing Company and their delicious Taller Long Drink. It's a real grapefruit puree made long drink. It's got that gin, the New Holland gin in there. It's delicious. You can find them at Total Wines near you. Go pick up a 6-pack. I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. A great just a great casual drinker. You're going to a party, you don't know what to do, maybe a late Friendsgiving or something, you want to pick up something, grab a pack of Tallers. They're great, and they're affordable as well. Locally made here in Michigan, so support local. New Holland Brewing Company and Taller Long Drink.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Coffee roasters. Sabbath Coffee Roasters will deliver fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee right to your door. Just subscribe to them at SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. The stuff is as good as it gets. If you want it delivered literally to your doorstep, all you got to do is go to SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Just wake up, enjoy game day right, and make the right choice. Grab a roast, put a little Sabbath. Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
Think about.
Bonjourno, welcome back to
one of the
Red
greatest
West.
albums of all time.
That song's a bang. I don't know the whole album.
Toxicity by System of a Down is one of the greatest albums ever.
No.
They moved it. Shit.
It's my fit anyway.
I know.
Nick, what's your letter grade for Michigan?
D.
Throw some D's on that bitch.
Yeah, you could not have gone into this season
Is it
with
only
a
not
quarterback.
an F because they got Bryce Underwood? If they didn't have that,
They got two big wins this season. They got 2 big wins this season. It was Michigan State and USC. So that saves the season from being a complete F. But
true.
I mean, they had a really tough schedule this year. There's no other way around it. But to lose to Indiana and Illinois, like those are games you got to win if you're Michigan.
It's the Ben Frank
and
Shawty, I heard it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna go D, and hopefully they can keep this game close tomorrow. I don't want to shut it
I
off.
don't think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, who knows? But
Ryan Ermanni guaranteed to win.
hey, speaking about guarantee, yeah, that was wild. Speaking about
I love Ryan, dude.
guaranteeing a win, check out the Tailgate Wins episode of the Bears game, Thanksgiving edition. I'm dropping it in the chat right now. It's a fun. It's a super fun video. Great interviews, great people, great food, great
Papa
drinks. It's popping. Better pizza, better Papa.
Nick goes full frontal in the last 30 seconds, so make sure you watch the whole
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
I almost pulled up. For the
Yeah, I
breakfast
know.
course. Yeah.
I wish you.
I wish I would've.
You guys are more than welcome to come anytime.
What'd you guys make?
I don't know.
I did
Unless you're in Houston.
garlic knots. Garlic knots.
for breakfast?
They were
Garlic knots are
bomb. Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter what it is, but
fair.
yeah, there was actually those beef sandwiches there that
My
I
aunt
think
Are you
had
are you
once.
like that at all? By the way, like we're like, you can't have a not breakfast food for breakfast.
No.
If someone's like, I got burgers.
No, you're a bird.
No, I'll,
Right?
I'll,
That's
do,
fucking
I'll eat
I
anything
love
any time of day.
breakfast. Breakfast food is elite. I love
Yeah.
breakfast food.
You and
But-
D-Mac are like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love breakfast food, dude. Eggs, omelets,
The
chili.
hash browns and like the yolky eggs are like the elite parts of it for me.
I love
Don't like sausage.
I love sausage links. I
Gross.
love toast. Toast is a staple. I'm a big toast guy.
Toast is great actually.
Toast is
You
fire.
would butter the toast and then put the jelly on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Some fucking. I'm a big omelet guy. Cinnamon rolls. Love cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls are cracked.
Um,
Cinnamon
yeah.
rolls are at any time. Dude.
I like cereal too.
Yeah, cereal's cracked too. Actually.
Cereal is always
Shout out to my cousin, no longer with us, but that's a staple of our nights.
Yeah.
Going home all fucked up. little Fresh Bowl cereal.
Oh, for sure. Dude, one time
Some Adult Swim.
my dad came home to me and
Rest in
like
peace.
5 of my boys sitting in my living room just smashing bowls of cereal.
Yeah, dude.
Like fucking cake mix bowls. Like
Yeah, I
we were
mean,
all just cooked.
It'd be like that, man.
Yeah.
Like a fresh, like you're cooked in a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. There's nothing greater.
Fruity Pebbles are so
There's
good.
nothing greater. I want to smoke right now just to have that experience.
It was one of my first times smoking. We're like walking back from 7-Eleven, like $30 worth of munchies, and my dad pulls up like next to it, and he just looks me in the eyes.
He
He's
knew.
like, "Nick, are you fucking stoned?" And I'm like, no. Like, so high, like my eyes are clearly
Yeah,
red as hell.
my dad caught me and he's like, just wait till you're 16 at least.
Just please don't fuck. You know, I would do the same. I just got the same reaction.
Yeah, but I was getting cooked.
One time I came
my
home,
dad would always, I mean, he knew because it would be me and Stash and Darius and Corey and fucking TJ all in my house. He'd have like honey buns and cosmic brownies and all the 7 different types of cereal and shit.
One time I came home fucked up. This was my senior year, and the younger class was taking some kind of test that we didn't take. And my mom never let me out the house. I was just fucking not allowed out the house, so I'd sneak out all the time. And so my boy Nick brought me back home like 5 in the morning. At that time, my mom was delivering paper. I think she knew I was fucked up. She made me come with her. I'm fucking wasted, just fucking. I'm like puking out the side of the van and shit like that. She had to know. That was like punishment.
All right, well, that'll do it. Well, yeah, if you were puking, she definitely knew.
Well, and when she woke up too, because I just got home at like that 5, whatever
Yeah.
time it was. I was eating like a fucking giant Taco Bell burrito right in front of the TV. I brought like the kitchen chair to put in front of the TV.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you smash the like button. For Easy, for Nick, for Chris, I'm Spencer.
Yeah.
Enjoy a stress-free weekend of football and spend some more time with your family. Thank you all for watching. Thankful for all of you.
Subscribe to Tailgate Wins.
Subscribe to Tailgate Wins.
Shout
We'll see you
out.
guys on Monday. Peace.